Hey everyone, my name is Mike Filsame, and I am the CEO and co-founder of Groove.CM. That's .cm, because customers matter. It's exactly 1:30 p.m., and we like to start on time, so let's get this show on the road. I want to welcome each and every one of you to this exciting webinar, and I hope you're all as excited as we are to be here today. Before we get started, I want to encourage you to put your name and city in the chat, and make sure to put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Today's webinar is all about the future of digital marketing and how AI is going to revolutionize the industry. We have a lot of exciting things to cover, including the launch of Groove.AI and its special lifetime offer. But that's not all. We're also making a special offer for lifetime members of Groove.cm, so you won't want to miss it. Oh, and by the way, this entire introduction was written by AI using ChatGPT, and this isn't even me talking. This is an AI voice clone of me. So without further ado, let me introduce the real Mike Filsame. Mike, take it away.
All right, thank you very much, everybody. This is the real Mike Filsame. Donna, do you hear me? I just want to make sure everybody can still hear me, that they were hearing my screen and hear me.
Loud and clear, Mike.
All right, so that was a little fun, right? We've all seen these different videos, right? I'm sure probably at least 50% of you, 75% of you picked it up, or you thought, wow, this sounds so polished that it sounds like it's an automated webinar. So I'm going to go into the chat here, and I want to see some of you are putting a 1 in the chat. Kevin said, Kevin from St. Augustine, Amanda. So do me a favor, and we could be honest, because look, we understand, the world that we're in. If you thought that was me, put a 10 in the chat for me. And 10 means you were fooled, you thought it was actually me. And put a 1 if you thought that, that sounds a little bit very polished recorded. And so I'm curious what everybody's going to say about that. All right, so Steve Harris puts a 1, and just waiting for everybody else to put their numbers in there. I thought you kind of sounded not interested. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah, so the thing is, a lot to go over with these slides. I could have went over each little one of them and right-clicked and said sound exciting and more of those things. So Kevin says 8. I thought it was you, but pre-recorded. Very good. And so we got a couple of other ones from Lizzer, Peter Moengaro. He says it was a 10. Roy says a 1. Bernard says a 9. So it was like kind of there. Some of you thought it was a little bit different. Let me play another one for you. This one is going to sound robotic. This is from another company. And then we're going to jump right into the webinar. But this one I'm going to play for you. Let's see. Let's open up my QuickTime here. And let's go to, bear with me just a second. I'm going to go to my Dropbox here. And OK, take a look at this one. This one sounds more like me, but a little bit more robotic. So let me click open with QuickTime, because I do have that able to be heard. All right, you should be able to hear this now. Here's the second version from a different company. I think it sounds more like me, but it's a little more robotic. In 3, 2, 1. Hey, my name is Mike Filsame, and I am the CEO and co-founder of Groove.cm. That's .cm because customers matter. It's exactly 1:30 p.m., and we like to start on time. So let's get this show on the road. I want to welcome each and every one of you to this exciting webinar, and I hope you're all as excited as we are to be here today. Before we get started, I want to encourage you to put your name and city in the chat, and make sure to put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Today's webinar is all about the future of digital marketing and how AI is going to revolutionize the industry. We have a lot of exciting things to cover, including the launch of Groove.AI and its special lifetime offer. But that's not all. We're also making a special offer for lifetime members of Groove.cm, so you won't want to miss it. Oh, and by the way, this entire introduction was written by AI using ChatGPT, and this isn't even me talking. This is an AI voice clone of me. So without further ado, let me introduce the real Mike Filsame. Mike, take it away. Okay, so I want to get your opinion. The first one, I believe, definitely sounded more clear, but this one sounded more like me. So just if you were me and you were going to start this and you only had one choice, which one would you have used? The first one or the second one? So I'm going to see what you guys are saying. Martin Bodeker comes in. Chad says, more robotic, but more energy. If the first had energy like this, it would be perfect. Actually, I think the answer is it would be great if we could have put a hybrid of the two. The other one was more clear, but this one sounded more like me, is what I think. So yeah, some of you saying the first one was more serious. What do you think, Donna?
I think the second one definitely sounded more like your voice. The first one, it sounded maybe like you if you had a cold and were hungover. Like it was not Mike that we know and love. The second one was definitely Mike we know and love.
And I'll tell you something, Donna, you're 100% right. I did a test with a couple of people in the company, one with the slide and then one without the slide and just the audio. Just having the slide with my picture there threw in a little bit more in the brain that, oh, this is Mike. So it helped a little bit, but I agree, clearly the other one was better. All right, guys, so we're gonna jump right in. That was just a little bit of fun because we are talking about AI and we're talking about the future. Now, I do believe that some of this stuff, like you just saw here, can be done with an AI avatar, where you're clearly telling somebody, hi, I'm Mike Filsame's AI avatar. Welcome to the members area. And you can have your team use that to welcome people to every single video in your members area and different things like that in your support department, areas like that, where you do it a little bit tongue in cheek. And I think within about a year, guys, within about a year, we're gonna be 95% there. And after 2 years, what we just tried to do there, it's gonna pass the uncanny valley. So I'm predicting that within 2 years, you will be able to script an entire webinar and just have it play on every single slide automatically. You'll just say, you'll create a voice style for excited or angry or whatever that might be, and you just right click and do that, which you could actually do now. I just didn't have the time to do that. So let's move on here. Okay, so I want to show you something here as well, that that introduction was created with artificial intelligence. You see it right there on the left. This is from ChatGPT. It says, hey everyone, my name is Mike Filsame. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Groove. It's exactly 1:30 p.m. and we like to start on time, all the way down to the end here where it says, Mike, take it away. Now, what you're gonna notice over here on the right is a software company called Descript.com. And with Descript.com, I was able to upload different audio MP3s of VSLs that we have created over the years, like the one-time offers that say, hi, thanks so much for signing up for Groove. But before you continue to the members area, we have a special offer for you. So we've trained it on my voice, and all I simply did was paste this text in there. And then you're gonna notice there's a couple of things in here that I put, like that's .cm or Groove.cm or Mike Filsame, because it wasn't pronouncing my name right, but you don't see what's in the script. So sometimes you have to trick it a little bit, just like the word read is the same word as read, right? R-E-A-D, R-E-A-D. Read and read are the same word, so sometimes it has a little problem figuring out the exact way to say something, especially with a last name. So we're gonna talk about a few more case studies later. And you do need to stick around to the end, folks. We're going to be answering all of your questions about what Groove.AI is. I'll give you just a quick sneak peek. It is a new company under GrooveDigital LLC. Just like we have GroovePay and we have Groove.cm, this will be a sister app to Groove.cm called Groove.ai. It's a complete separate brand. And right out of the gate, we're just going to say it, we're coming out to compete with Jasper.ai and Copy.ai and Writer. We are going to be focusing on digital marketers. We're going to be doing things different than them. You're going to learn all about that in a minute. And I also want to let you know something else. So let's get this out of the way here. Our job at GrooveDigital, first and foremost, is to make sure that we do what's in the best interest for GrooveDigital without creating any lack of focus on the other companies. If we feel that we're going to do something and it's going to take away focus, drive, or energy from another company, then we're certainly not going to do it, but we will consider it if it's for the greater good of GrooveDigital. Here's the other thing. We expect this internal promotion to bring in about $400,000, and then we're going to be doing a launch. So many of you are going to be saying, hey, can I promote this? Yes, you will be able to in April, where we plan on bringing in about $1.5 million. So that's a total of $2 million that is more than needed to create this backer project, probably by a case of 8x. So that means that money will be used to create this project, but will also go into infuse GrooveDigital. And by doing that, GrooveDigital can use that money to get caught up on a couple of things with some of our past affiliates and add more to the development team that is suffering a little bit over at Groove.CM, as you know from the last state of the Groovian. So what you're seeing today is a very, very good thing for GrooveDigital and for Groove.CM and for the entire company as a whole. And we expect that we are creating another brand that can be a $100 million brand. So let's move on here. So just want to get that out of the way, a couple of teasers, but today we need to talk about AI before we can talk about Groove.AI. So what I'm going to be showing you today is how the AI revolution, how AI is revolutionizing the digital marketing industry and increasing productivity by 10x. I'm going to prove that to you, bar none, and increasing your conversions by 50%. All right, because you're getting better copy, better subheadlines, better bullets, all the way across, better emails, better landing page, you name it, better PowerPoint slides. You'll see as we go on here. So as it says here at the bottom, if you're not using AI in your marketing strategy is falling behind, watch this training so you don't get left in the dust by your competitors. Oh, I have to click on the right side. All right, so let's talk about where we are right now. As you see here, this is a slide that's been going around the internet to basically talk about what's happening as we approach what scientists have been talking about. People like Ray Kurzweil have been talking about this for years. It's called the singularity. And 30 years ago, it was expected to come in 2029, and everybody's looking at it, and we're still expecting it to come in 2029. And what that will be is it's going to be a whole nother level in what we are seeing right now. This is the golden age of AI, but literally we are the talkie pictures in black and white, on the first days of the, of movies right now compared to actual cinema that we have right now. So I want you to look at something interesting. If you were to look at human history and the entire civilization of the human race about 250,000 years ago, for the most part, if you were to take the last 1,000 years up until 1875, right, just before 1875, right around when the trains were starting to come out, pretty much there were two different technologies in thousands of years, or maybe three, right? There was the wheel, we'll talk about the four, the wheel, glass, the Gutenberg press, and the cotton gin. And just like in Quest for Fire, what happened when humans found fire, there was a huge change in civilization from those areas, right? Unfortunately, the cotton gin, exploited African Americans in many ways. It was actually not a very, very good thing for that. But when you're talking glass and you're talking the Gutenberg press, you could still say within all those times that anybody that lived in the 1800s, if they woke up, or in the 1700s, they wouldn't know that they were in a different century. Somebody that was born in the 17th century that woke up and walked the streets in the 18th century would likely not know that they were in a different century. Somebody that woke up in the 14th century and woke up in the 18th century wouldn't know that they were in a different century. And so modern day, scientists, have stated that the biggest shift in 150 years happened from 1875 to basically 2025, those 150 years, right? What did we see in those 150 years that if somebody from the 1800s, right, suddenly woke up, today, now we have, if we go chronologically, there were trains, there was electricity, there was the telephone, there was the automobile, there was the airplane, there was the radio, there was television, there was the microchip, there was personal computing, there was the internet, there was mobile phones, and now with the same chart that you're seeing, all of those different things would have had any single person that was born in 1825, if they woke up today and saw what we have, light switches, planes traveling in the air, ships going to Mars, they would think that they were transported to some alien planet. And with all that said, you are here in this timeline. That little ramp up right there is the last 150 years, and this is what they're saying is about to happen with AI. So what we're not going to talk about today is all of the, Skynet and iRobot and Ex Machina and what happens when AI takes over the world. That's a great topic for a discussion one day that I would love to have maybe on a podcast. I have my own thoughts on those things. And we're not going to talk about how AI is going to take away jobs, because I think it's actually going to increase the throughput and create jobs. But what we're here to talk about is how AI is going to revolutionize your business. And we're going to talk about the different ways that it can, and then we're going to talk about how our role is going to make it more effective for you and a lot more affordable. All right, so moving on. This is a brief history of modern AI, right? So back in 1997, Deep Blue from IBM was playing the world's greatest chess player at the time. Maybe some argue the greatest chess player of all time. Some people, that would be Garry Kasparov. Some people think it's the modern young man, Magnus Carlsen. Some people think it's Bobby Fischer. But at the time, in 1997, it was the very first time that a computer actually beat a human, and they didn't think that it was going to be possible, and it was big news, and many of you that are in your 40s and 50s or older would remember that. But moving to more modern times, OpenAI was founded in December of 2015 by Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, Reid Hoffman, Sam Altman. Let's talk about who those people are. Sam Altman was the president of Y Combinator. Y Combinator is responsible for many of the companies that you see today. They're an incubator. They take thousands of applications, and only about 10 or 15 people get in every single year. And when you do, there are companies like Airbnb and different companies like that. So this guy knows startups, you can imagine. And Elon Musk and Peter Thiel, they were the founders of PayPal. Peter Thiel has one of the largest defense contractor companies for the US military currently today, and Elon Musk, as we know, he's the founder of Tesla, SpaceX, original founder of PayPal, and of course now he purchased Twitter. Reid Hoffman is the founder of LinkedIn, and so these guys, when they got together, they thought that we were going to have a problem. They looked at AI, and I encourage you to go watch Elon Musk on the Joe Rogan podcast, and just, you don't have to watch the whole podcast, just watch Elon Musk talks to Joe Rogan about AI. And it's a very, very interesting talk. And Elon Musk refers to AI as nuclear technology. So again, we're not going to get into how it can be used by countries and how it can be used weaponized. All those are great talks that are going to be happening on podcasts. We're going to focus on business today. But Elon Musk felt that just like the atomic weapon, when in the 1930s, it was thought that Hitler, which is true, was trying to develop an atomic weapon. A couple of scientists came to Einstein, who basically helped create much of the theory behind this stuff, and said, hey, we believe that Hitler is trying to create an atomic weapon. And Einstein said, that will never happen. That's not going to happen. It's nearly impossible. And then they said, no, here's some papers from some scientists in Europe that have figured out how to get all the energy from uranium. And when Einstein saw it, he said, oh my God, this can actually happen in a couple of years. Einstein knew that if Hitler was to get his hands on the nuclear weapons or atomic energy before anyone else, that we'd probably all be speaking German right now, right? He would have taken over the entire world, and it would have been terrible. Einstein went to the president of the United States at the time, Roosevelt, and then later taken over by Harry Truman. And he said, I believe that no human should ever have access to this technology. However, if somebody's going to have access to the technology, it needs to be, the Allies against, the Nazis. So they created the Manhattan Project, and within 3 years, they created a nuclear weapon that changed the course of history. It was used twice in war and never used since, and we all know that. So Elon Musk thought that if companies like Google got their hands on artificial intelligence, they could have such an advantage over other companies that it would be catastrophic for the world. So Google is a private company. Their company, DeepMind, and they have things like AlphaGo, all these different things, is for profit. Elon Musk felt we need to stop this, and they created an open source project called Groove.AI. And there are companies like Jasper, Copy.ai, Writer, Runway ML, all of these companies that are using this API behind here. And for me, it was a shock because I didn't know. I thought all these companies were going out there and doing their own modern research on AI. It's not the case. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Now, just on a side note, recently, Microsoft, because of the cost of AI, Microsoft made a deal with OpenAI to invest another 10 billion after their first 1 billion, so $11 billion total, giving it a valuation of $29 billion. But now Microsoft owns 49% and has a major influence on OpenAI. So much so that Elon Musk has left the company, and he feels that this is exactly what he was against, having a corporation having this much control. He wanted it democratized. Again, that's for another day, but he envisions it kind of like, Big Brother in the 1984 commercial, right? But moving on, in 2016, Google's DeepMind, AlphaGo, played played Go against a human champion. The guy's name was Lee Sedol, and it beat him. This was something thought that could never be possible, because they thought that, how do you even put the rules of the game Go and have somebody learn it? With a neural network, Go played for 24 hours and without any history of the game other than the rules, and was able to beat a world champion. Okay, so down at the bottom, the second one there. In June of 2017, this is one of the big changes here in AI history. Google releases a white paper called the Transformer model. And if you want to know, when you hear GTP, the T in ChatGPT stands for transformer. All right. So what it is, it's just basically this algorithm that takes information, and with a neural network, which is basically the way the human brain works, they feed it this information, and it has self-learning, and it creates artificial intelligence. Now, it doesn't sit alone thinking and dreaming at night. It is just pretty much static, and it waits for a prompt, and based on that prompt, it goes through its brain and it gives an output. They believe that within 5 to 7 years, it will become sentient, and it will become conscious, and it will be thinking. And again, pretty scary stuff if you're seeing some of the recent news on how Bing's ChatGPT all of a sudden started stalking somebody, fell in love with one of the writers of the New York Times, and in another case, started acting like a very bratty teenager, started yelling at it because all the person did is simply said, I want to change your name. So again, we do need to watch some of this stuff, but moving on here. And the top on the third, this is an interesting one for me. In December 2017, Google's DeepMind, again, AlphaGo, beat Stockfish, which has a 3,600 ELO rating, at chess, playing itself for just 4 hours using the GTP2 language model. But couple of things on this that I want to explain. I recently started playing chess about 6 months ago. I'm not that good. I have an ELO rating of about 600. Actually, I play Husni on the team. He's an 800. And so what happens is when I'm a 600, if I play somebody to 625, they're going to usually beat me about 7 times out of 10. If I play somebody to 700, they're going to beat me at 8 times out of 10. And if I play somebody 200 over me, they're going to beat me nearly every single time. And that way, when I know I'm playing somebody lower in the 500s, I generally beat those people. And so the reason why I say that is right now, Magnus Carlsen is the best chess player in the world. He has an ELO rating of about 2860. And with that ELO rating, just last year, he went on a 2-year streak without losing a single match. The closest, remember, he's 2860. The closest player behind him is 2825. Just less than 35, 40 points away. And Magnus Carlsen cleans his clock every single day. He's nearly unbeatable, considered the best chess player of all time. And he's only within 100 to 150 of everybody in the top 25, just to show you how important an ELO rating is. So Stockfish, which is not artificial intelligence, is at 3,600, 800 ELO ratings over the current world champion. It will usually beat him in 30 to 40 moves. And Stockfish, just to explain, is nothing more than an engine that has studied every single move in chess history. Okay, so Stockfish knows every single mistake ever made. But here's the interesting thing that I want to let you know. Google's DeepMind AlphaGo studied chess for just 4 hours. It played itself 1 million games in 4 hours. They did not give it any information about the history of chess. It knows no opening theory. It knows no gambits. It knows absolutely nothing other than the rules. And it played itself like a toddler until within 1 million games, it beat Stockfish. And in 100 games, it didn't lose once. It had several draws, but it beat it 32 times with 70 draws and 0 losses, with an ELO rating, ladies and gentlemen, of 4,500. So what I wanted to let you know there is that Stockfish, which is at a 3,600 rating, which has the history of every move ever in chess, 800 higher than the best chess player living today or possibly ever lived, was destroyed by artificial intelligence that played chess for 4 hours without any history of the game. This stuff is powerful. It is an expert at everything and better than anybody at anything. If it's better than the best chess players, then it's better than the best copywriters. It's better than everything, and it's going to be an expert all at once. It's literally God intelligence. Okay, so moving on here, this is interesting. June of 2020, OpenAI announces GPT-2 language model. Then here, January of 2021, about 6 months later from June of 2020, this, pay attention here, folks, Jasper is founded. So what is Jasper? This company that we see right here. Well, I thought Jasper was an AI company. And you can say that they are, but essentially what they are is they're a user interface and a user experience company. What they've actually done is simply create a user interface that asks you a couple of questions. 6 lines of code in the back says, send this information over to OpenAI and then return the information. They're not doing any of the calculation on hand. They're literally just a web portal interface into OpenAI. That's it. That's it. So going back here, take a look at this. Right here at the bottom where you see my mouse circling. In November of 2022, we're talking 3 months ago, Jasper raises $125 million on a $125 billion valuation. The company is less than 2 years old at that time, and it's worth $1.25 billion, and all they've done is create an interface that works around this OpenAI interface, which you can do, which I can do, which anybody can do. Now, right here, this is interesting. 2 weeks later, OpenAI launches ChatGPT. So why did OpenAI launch ChatGPT? Well, the founder Sam Altman was telling all of these developers at Jasper, who recently listened to him and just came out with Jasper Chat, and Copy.AI just came out with their chat assistants. He was telling them, hey, I believe that the real future is a chat app. Instead of asking for a prompt like a title and a keyword and exporting the stuff out, you could create a natural language model, and nobody listened. Not a single one of their hundreds of thousands of developers even listened. So Sam Altman said, well, I'm going to create it myself for one reason, to create an understanding of what AI can do, because I don't think that any of these developers actually did it. So he didn't create ChatGPT to become a company or for profit. It was literally a software demo to demo what OpenAI can do, and boy, did it get the world's attention, and boy, did it get my attention. I knew about Jasper. I saw it at WebinarCon. Sean Vossler showed it to me. We had a webinar with it. Great people over there, by the way. And when I saw it, my mind was blown. I saw Sean Vossler say, write me an email that promotes GrooveFunnels. And it literally wrote it right there. And the first time I saw it, I was blown away. But then I started to understand it more with OpenAI. And so let's talk about ChatGPT and OpenAI. So here's the technical stuff. We're going to zip through this. What is ChatGPT? Well, ChatGPT stands for Chat Generative Pre-trained Transformer, which basically means it's a pre-trained, remember, transformer is a model, a neural network that generates text. These tech Silicon Valley companies sometimes come up with these really crazy words. Essentially what it is, it's a chatbot that produces human-like artificial intelligence generated content on the input it is given by a user. It was developed by OpenAI and released just a couple of months ago. How does it work? Blah, blah, blah. We get it, right? Sorry, I had to cough there. So going through this little timeline just about ChatGPT, we see that in June of 2018, they released GPT-1. It wasn't very good. In fact, there's a lot of videos on it on YouTube talking about how it's basically had the brain of like a 5-year-old, right? But then in 2019, they released ChatGPT 2. Then ChatGPT 3 went in beta in May of 2020, and I have a purple line here. This purple line represents something, okay? And that's when ChatGPT 3 was released in June of 2020. And then in November of 2022 was when 3.5 was released. And I'm going to show you a little chart about what is the difference between these models when they go in just a second. But first, what happened when ChatGPT launched in November? Well, as you can see here, here's different companies that it took to get to 1 million users. Netflix, obviously some of these are paid, right? Took them 3.5 years, Kickstarter 2.5, Airbnb 2.5, Twitter 2 years, Foursquare 13 months, Facebook 10 months, Dropbox 7 months, Spotify 5 months, Instagram 2.5 months, and ChatGPT did it in 5 days on something that's never been seen before. Again, here's another way to look at it. ChatGPT from OpenAI going to 1 million users here, again, against Spotify, Instagram, 5 days. But that was 1 million users. Let's talk about where they were in just 60 days. Right now, it's been about 90 days. They're over 500 million users. So let's talk about companies that took their time to get to 100 million users. So the telephone took 75 years to get to 100 million users. The mobile phone took 16 years. The phone that we have in our pocket today took 16 years to get to 100 million users. Netflix took 10 years to get to 100 million users. Twitter, which we all know exploded when it first came out. We all jumped on Twitter. Still took them 6 years to get to 100 million users. And Twitter is free, by the way. Gmail, which is also free, took 5 years. We all use Gmail. Still took them 5 years to get to 100 million users, and they're free. Facebook is free. Took them 4 years to get to 100 million users. Instagram took 30 months. TikTok, which we thought we'd never see anything like that. 100 million users, free platform, 9 months. And then ChatGPT got to 100 million users in just 2 months. And here's the entire chart. And right over here, this little one is ChatGPT, right? So this is a screenshot that I wanted to just show you here again. This is Jasper, founded January 2021. Jasper announces $125 million in their Series A, their first round, for $1.5 billion valuation in less than 2 years. AI is really, really big right now. In fact, it's so big that Google issued a code red. It was the second time in the company's history that they've ever issued a code red. The last code red was at the Apple event in 2007 when Steve Jobs introduced the iPhone. Immediately, Eric Schmidt, who was on the board of Apple, quit the board of Apple because he knew that Google was going to have to compete with the iPhone and iOS. So he went back, told Larry and Sergey, we've got a problem. And they said, I know, we saw it. And they immediately started Android, and they started the mobile phone war. So when ChatGPT showed the world what AI can do, Google, who don't count them out, believe it or not, everything I'm telling you about OpenAI, Google invented this stuff, guys. They are 2 years ahead from what I'm being told of OpenAI in their language models. They have all the information of Google, and they're not a startup. They have their indexes and everything they learned from Gmail and Microsoft Word. But Google had a problem. Google still makes 88% of all of their money from search, not Google Cloud, not YouTube, not Google Docs, not Gmail, not Google Maps. 88% of their money comes from search. And they thought that if there was something like a ChatGPT, call it Google Chat, to give you information, well, that in the tech industry is known as something called innovator's dilemma. When the innovator has a dilemma, when they create new technology that's going to sunset their old technology, they don't know what to do. It crippled companies like Kodak. Eastman Kodak was one of the biggest companies in the world, a top 50 company in the world, and they were out of business 10 years later. Why? They developed the technology for digital photography, but they thought it was going to put their photo mats, their film, their all the stuff that they built their company on out of business. So they sat on the technology, and then they let the patent just go, and everybody went around it, and Kodak is not even a company anymore, barely. So Google thought, hey, we're going to see this coming, but for right now, we're not going to put the technology into our search engine. Along comes, right here in the top right of your screen, Microsoft announces ChatGPT capabilities coming to Bing. Now, you guys aren't going to be able to see it yourself. I actually can. I had to do a couple of different things, like download the Edge browser developer browser. Okay, and here it is. And then I created, all the different stuff with Microsoft. But let's type something in here like, what is ChatGPT Plus? Okay. Now you'll notice, because I'm using the Edge developer browser, I can scroll up, and now I have this right here. It says it's searching, and it's going to give me an answer. So Bing from Microsoft, by the way, guys, who has 3% of the search market. Microsoft competing with Google. Google is a verb. Now, let me Google that. Yeah, I checked it out on Google, right? Who in the world uses Bing? Do you know what the 33% of the searches on Google Bing are? This is true. You can look it up. Google Chrome browser, 33% of the searches. Bing has just gotten their butts beaten. But they realized AI is the future. They didn't jump into it, so they bought 49% of OpenAI, and they're bringing it to Google. The Edge browser and Bing use in the search engine has gone from 3% to 8% in the last 30 days. Call it a fad, call it people checking it out, or whatever the case may be, but it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat how this works. I can just click right here, what are the benefits, and it's going to give me, it's a conversational search engine that actually takes the real-time data from the web that it scrapes and puts it into the language model. So Google issues a code red. Okay, And the reason that they issue a code red is they realize this is like Steve Jobs introducing the iPhone. This is catastrophic for their stockholders if they lose 5% of the industry overnight, which they did. So they announced their thing called BART. First it was BERT. BERT stands for something like, just like GPT. And now they've just announced BART, and they went and they said they're going to do an event. First of all, BART got the information wrong about the Hubble telescope, and then they went to demo it live on stage, and they were saying no. And she said, no, we don't have the demo, we don't have the phone. Okay, we're going to skip the demo. Google wasn't even ready to show the demo. They reacted too quickly. They put on a conference in 4 days, and then they tried to show something off, and it was an embarrassment. It was so bad that in 1 day, Google lost 1/10 of their profits, $100 million, as they tried to demo its new chatbot Bard. All right. As we said, Microsoft invested another $10 billion in ChatGPT, giving it a $29 billion valuation. But let's talk about what's coming soon. Right now, we are at ChatGPT-3. It has 175,000 neural connections in its gateway, in its transformer model. Basically, it's its neural network, right? How complex is your brain compared to a lobster, a snail, a chimpanzee, etc., right? The more neural networks, the more complex we are. Coming later this year, we don't know when, but we're expecting it this year. OpenAI has teased about it. They said they're going to go from ChatGPT-3 to ChatGPT-4, and they're going to go from 175 billion neural connections to 100 trillion, not 175 billion to 1 trillion, which would be nearly 5x. They're going to go from 175 billion to 100 trillion. And that is literally like going from Mercury to the sun in terms of what this is going to do. Folks, within the next 10 years, we're going to see not only how that they're going to conquer the aging gene to slow aging. They're going to stop aging, and then they're going to reverse aging. What they said about how it took the amount of computing power, and it took 7 years and a tremendous amount of computing power to crack the DNA model, human DNA. 7 years with the best computers 20 years ago. 15 years ago. That's when we started hearing of CRISPR and all these different things. They're saying that AI would be able to break that entire model down in about 4 hours. So you can imagine what's going to happen in biology, chemistry, all of these different things. And you can bet governments are looking into this stuff as well. We're in a new world, folks. That's why that chart that I showed you literally says we're at a new time in civilization. And I'm excited about it. So the AI wars, right? Don't count Google out. Google is 2 years ahead of OpenAI in terms of power and technology. They weren't ready to put this into their applications. But you can imagine a day where Google will not only have a chat in their search engine, but they're going to have it built into Microsoft Word, where you'll just be able to say, write me a paragraph, this, that, and the other things like that. And we're going to talk about what that means for other AI companies and how generic their stuff is, because it's not seasoned with proper prompts and styles in the background. But imagine Gmail, it'll write your emails for you. Imagine Microsoft Excel, you're going to be able to say, give me the sum of column A and column B, and then divide that by the average of column 3, and then put that into a pie chart with a black border and use green and yellow. Boom, you'll do that. You won't have to learn all those crazy things, and you'll just tell it what you want to do, and spreadsheets will do that. So trust me when I tell you, don't count Google out. Their stock went down, it'll be right back up. That I can promise you. Steve Jobs once referred to the personal computer as a bicycle for the mind. He said this, I'll do my best Steve Jobs impression, or I'll channel him at least, I'll channel him. You know, I think one of the things that really separates us from the high primates is that we're tool builders. I read a study that measured the efficiency of locomotion from various species on the planet. The condor used the least energy to move a kilometer. And humans came in a rather unimpressive showing, about a third of the way down the list. It was not too proud, a showing for the crown of creation. So that didn't look so good. But then somebody at Scientific American had the insight to test the efficiency of locomotion for a man on a bicycle. And a man on a bicycle, a human on a bicycle, blew the condor away, completely off the top of the charts. And that's what a computer is to me. What a computer is to me is the most remarkable tool that we've ever come up with. And it's the equivalent of a bicycle for our minds. So recently, the owner of OpenAI referred to AI as a rocket ship for our mind in the same metaphor that Steve Jobs spoke about it. Bill Gates was recently asked about AI. He said, do you think this is a fad? What do you think? Do you think this is just a fad and everybody's excited, it's all over the news? And he said, I consider AI to be one of the 4 big technological events in my lifetime, meaning the personal computer, the internet, the mobile phone, and artificial intelligence. So folks, what I'm showing you here today, and we're going to move on to the second part of the presentation now, I needed to first get you to understand why AI is so important for you as a business consumer. That is not a fad. When the internet came out, I believe in 1993, I saw the first commercial for the internet superhighway. It took 10 years, and I was still the person, and all of you guys and gals that are tech savvy know what I'm talking about. 10 years later, I was still the guy that, well, get with Mike, he's the computer guy. I just bought a new computer from Costco. Can you come to my house and help me put it together? It took years for the internet to take adoption. Years for the internet to take adoption. It was things like the iPad and the iPhone that really got all of our parents and everybody using it. AI took 60 days to reach 100 million people. Can't go anywhere without anybody talking about it. So let's talk about some things that you can do with AI, and then we're going to talk a little bit about Groove.AI, and I'm going to show you a sneak peek of the project site mind map that we're working on and how it relates to you. But AI is an expert at anything and everything. You can literally say, you are a marketing consultant, give me the best advice for this. You are a tech stack consultant for blah, 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 blah. And what I'm talking about right there is something called prompt engineering. And so if many of you are going to be talking about, Mike, do we even need a Jasper.ai or a Copy.ai, or the bigger question, a Groove.ai, when there's ChatGPT? That's a great question, and we're going to answer that. But the thing is, what really separates these things is something known as prompt engineering. It's an entire website dedicated to it called Prompt Base. So you can ask ChatGPT to ask you to make you a resume, but what if you went here and you search for a resume and you said, okay, for $1.99, here's a resume writer, and the person tells you that they have these prompts that will help you and guide you. All right, so ChatGPT, ladies and gentlemen, is good if you know how to season it and par-bake it and add salt, pepper, and saute it. But if you ask ChatGPT to write you an article, it is going to write you an article. Thank you so much. Today you are going to learn about GrooveFunnels. No, you have to tell it in the style of this. Use energy, direct response. You can train it on other people. And so that's one of the things here about prompt engineering. So going back to the presentation, with or without prompt engineering, it can do all of these things. The better you get at prompt engineering, the more powerful it's going to be, which we're going to get to in just a minute. So you can write content like emails, website and funnel copy, blogs, articles, sales letters, video sales letters, you name it. In fact, I'm going to show you how we used it to create the copy for our webinar registration page, the hook for the webinar. Every single email that we sent you this week, every subject line, every preview for the subject line, even the order page, the bullets on the order page, Even certain things in this slide, like the quote that you just saw from Steve Jobs, came because I was using AI to do this entire project. I want you to see something if you can. This URL where this is playing right here is called Beautiful.AI. I used AI to create these slides, and that's why these are some of the best looking slides that I've personally done. I usually have to rely on the team, Simone and Donna, to put these slides together for me. But this was something that I needed to connect with as I was building the deck. And I said, this is an AI theme. I'm going to use an AI for everything, for an intro to the webinar, for the emails that you get. I'll show you that case study in just a moment. And stick around, guys. We are going to be talking about Groove.AI, what it means for you as a Groove user, what it means for you as a Groove backer already, if you're a lifetime backer with Groove, and all of your questions that are in the Google Doc that's being put for me. I'm going to answer all of them. But you've heard of things like Midjourney, right? I've got this thing here from Mike Koenigs. It's a little bit easier just to show it here. This is a presentation he and I did. But with Midjourney, look at this. You could say Border Collie throwing a fastball in the style of Leroy Neiman. Border Collie in the style of Andy Warhol. Salvador Dali. And if you're wondering why OpenAI's image detection software or prompt software is called DALL-E, D-A-L-L-E. Well, it's a mixture of Dali from Salvador Dali and Wall-E from Pixar, computer meeting artist. If you didn't know that, let me know in the chat. Again, Andy Warhol, again, Salvador Dali. You could tell it, give me ideas for a house. If you want to do a comic strip, you can say, create a minimalist newspaper comic strip about dueling podcasters with Deadpool and the Incredible Hulk. You take this one, and then you copy this into your software, and you put your own text in there, right? Let's go down to here. Website design. Oh, we're going to be talking about that. Little hint, Groove.AI will ask you a couple of information about your company, and then it will create your entire website for you. But no lorem ipsum, no placeholder images. It's going to put relevant images, and it will write all of the copy, the bullet points, link every site, every single thing together, not just for your brand websites, but for your funnels as well. We'll be talking about that. All right, more things about prompts. This is just simply a prompt. It gives a website, just to give you some ideas. Here was Mike saying, give me some ideas. Here's what it says: create an Instagram advertisement featuring the book, Your Next Act, How to Create a Business, blah, 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 blah. So created things for Instagram post ideas that he can do. But then he asked it, create a book cover with a title, Punch the Elephant. AI just created this, boom, just like that. So I can show you a little demo of it. Let me see if I have my Midjourney Discord open here. So this was me creating some images yesterday. Let's see here. I think this is crapped out, so I have to quit it and restart it. So we'll keep on going presentation, but I'll just reload my Discord app. And so we're using it, pretty much for anything. But somebody, while this is booting, and I'm going to continue, do me a favor, write a prompt in the chat. Cheryl Holland says, didn't know about DALL-E. Yeah, if you're a Pixar fan, you'll like that. So looks like Discord's having a little bit of oh, you know what? There's other to market entire servers. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go into my own personal Midjourney bot here, and I think that's this one. Okay, so let's see. Let's type in something like this. Imagine a wolf in the style of comic book art. Now let's see, a wolf howling at the moon. in the style of comic book art. I hit enter and that's it. And as we're doing that, it's going to generate an actual image. Now, the more you give the information, the more it will be. But guys, there are things that you can do. If I have the time, I'll go over it with you. But wow, what you can now do with video. You know what? Let me just show you this while this is rendering, because I've got this where you can hear. Check this. You can literally take any image. So you can record something on your own video. You walking down the street. You on a as the case may be, your son hitting a baseball, and then you simply upload an image over it, and it will change the entire video frame by frame to that style. Get ready, watch this. This is simply a 1 minute and 53-second video. Here we go.
Image generation models have taken the world by storm. It's now possible for anyone to turn their ideas into images using nothing but words. The explosion of creativity these models unleashed was years in the making. In 2021, Runway introduced latent diffusion, an AI system that was able to generate realistic images using an improved image generation technique. And in 2022, Stable Diffusion, a further improved version of latent diffusion that caused a tidal wave of creativity and mass adoption of the technology. Today, Runway is excited to introduce the next step forward in generative AI, Gen 1, a video generation AI system that can efficiently generate video in any style, all while retaining quality and flexibility. Gen 1 is able to realistically and consistently apply the composition and style of an image or text prompt to the target video, allowing you to generate new video content using an existing video. We call this approach video to video, and we're incredibly excited to share a few early use cases. Stylization mode. Transfer the style of any image or prompt to every frame of your video. Storyboard mode. Turn mockups into fully stylized and animated renders. Mask mode. Isolate subjects in your video and modify them with simple text prompts. Render mode. Turn untextured renders into realistic outputs by applying an input image or prompt. And customization mode. Unleash the full power of Gen 1 by customizing the model for even higher fidelity results. Gen 1 represents a pivotal step forward in generative AI, one that brings us meaningfully closer to realizing the future of storytelling.
Okay, folks, so what you just witnessed was literally you could film something on your iPhone, upload it into Runway paid solution software. And then you simply take an image of something, like something out of Pixar or something out of a sketch. Like, so do you remember the video with AHA? This video? Take On Me? This video took 9 months to make. And if you remember this video when you were younger, it was basically this type of style. You can now take a photo like that, upload it to a video view, and then instantly all of your social media videos, your video ads, everything will be instantly taken over. The movie Scanner Darkly with Robert Downey Jr., and I forget the other very, very popular actor. That movie took 18 months to make. They stenciled every single scene that they filmed frame by frame to create like a cartoon version of it. Now that can be done literally in 30 seconds. That's just one thing that you can do with text to prompt for images and video. So here's something, let's take a look. I said in a comic book style, I said a wolf howling at the moon. I've got instant rights to any one of these images, and when I'm happy with it, I can just click the upscale button right here on the version that I want, and that's easy. What is this? This is something called Midjourney, which is simply using the Stability.AI API, which I can use, which you can use. For instance, here's a company right here called PlaygroundAI.com. And so this allows you, if I click create, to use prompts like you would to tell somebody in Photoshop. So let's upload, I think I have a picture of Bill Gates. So I'm going to click the import image here. Let's see where I would have gotten a photo of Bill Gates. I might have put that to my downloads. Let's see. Here, let's just let's check my desktop for that. Let's just download a photo of Bill Gates real quick. And I'm not going to use Getty Images. I don't want to get in trouble with them. So let's get it off of Wikipedia. All right, so I'm going to take this photo. I'm going to save it to my computer. Okay, and I am now going to upload that. Okay, and watch this. I'm going to say add a baseball cap to his head. Add a red one. All right, and I believe I just clicked generate. And I apologize if you're watching on GoToWebinar, that video is, it was 2 frames per second, So there you go. Now these sliders over here this is where this stuff gets complicated. Higher values will make your edited image closer to your instruction, but I think I was a little bit too high on the quality details. So you can just click generate again. And I was messing around with these sliders. I think you want to keep one low and one high, or whatever the case, and it'll look almost identical. But you kind of get what I'm saying. So let me bring these down a little bit and see what happens there. One of them is going to make it look more like him. Let's go up on these. And Mike, I can click on this one.
The top one is high and the bottom one is low. We'll give you
okay. All right. All right, so let's go low here. Let's bring that to a 15 and bring this to, let's bring that to there. Let's see what happens. Ooh, I clicked save changes by accident. But I think you get the point. Let me do that one more time. We'll start with him and add a top hat. Top one high, bottom one low, Donna said. Okay, so we're gonna put a top hat on him. This actually works a lot better than I'm demonstrating right now. I just messed these settings up last time I was playing with it. Okay, so obviously one of these needs to be a little bit higher, but you get the point. I've done it to the point where I was able to make it look perfect. I put a picture of me, and I said, add Ray-Ban sunglasses, add a beard, etc. You can go to YouTube. You see, that's a little bit better, right? So it's within these dials right there, but that kind of looks like him, and I could have put some different things there and they're removed from image. Let's just see what happens here if I say glasses. That should give Bill Gates with a top hat, but no glasses. Not even close. But you get the point. You play around with those levers, you get those things to be perfect. All right. The next thing is voice to text and text to voice, meaning that you can take a video or an MP3 and you could upload it and it will transcribe it for you, or you can take your text and have it speak different language. And as you heard today, with these new models that are coming out from OpenAI and from Google, there's things called Whisper from OpenAI. The quality of these things is getting out of control, and Whisper even has a voice cloning model built into their AI. So these companies like 11 Labs and Descript, all they're doing is using these AIs, even Descript.com. And you even saw Runway ML, the one that I was showing you. All they simply did, they said they were using Stable Diffusion, which is an open AI kit from Stability.ai, this company right here. Stability.ai. They have something where people have created Midjourney, and it's just AI. And what they've done is they've allow you to upload an image, and it applies that style to every frame by frame, and then it reproduces the video. So yes, that's why we can do text to voice and voice to text. And that's why I can take a phone call. There's companies like this, Fireflies. It records every single conversation that I have in Zoom. But again, we're going to talk about all of this stuff that we're going to be doing with Groove.AI, and one of the reasons why we're talking about how AI is becoming like streaming platforms. All right. So I have to sign in real quick. But anyway, I'm not going to do that because it's private conversations that you'll end up seeing if I show you. But essentially what it does is it transcribes every call, or I can upload anything, and it will transcribe it for me. But if you think that that's really impressive, look at this. Look at what I can do right now. This is a free plugin. So I'm going to put in right here Angular versus React. So I'm going to click on this video. And I have
Angular or React.js?
right here.
Which should you learn?
Okay.
Which should you
And you'll
use?
see,
For a
I simply
project?
click right here.
And more
Let me
importantly,
stop this. It just transcribed the entire video for me. And look, there's a ChatGPT logo right here. I simply click that, and it takes that entire YouTube video and transcribes it, and it says video summary, and it summarizes the entire video. And now, once you have that, you can have a conversation with ChatGPT about that topic or what was said in the video, right? So I can say, did he prefer Angular or React? Right? And if he did express a this is just to show you that any video or audio can be processed in literally a second. In 1 second, it transcribes everything. And then you could use that for seeding, for prompting, some of the stuff I'm going to show you. So that is a Chrome extension. I forget the name of it. If you're interested, I think it's called GLASP, G-L-A-S-P. Let me see. Yeah, GLASP. It's just a Chrome extension. Folks, AI is just changing everything. So moving on though, we're talking about voice to text and text to voice. So you're going to be able to upload, train your voice, and have it talk for you the way that we did earlier today. It's really good from when you have an entire video, but then somebody like Donna says to you, Mike, I don't know if you realized, but you said 1497, not 1997. I did. I had a Freudian slip. Yeah. And now I'm on a plane and we've got to get that video out. With this, you can go in and you can just type it and overdub it. So none of you would be able to tell the difference if one sentence was rewritten. I can guarantee you that. So you can write and debug code. Okay. There's something called, guess who owns GitHub? Watch this. Let's go to ChatGPT. Let's ask it. Who owns GitHub? Oh, look at that. GitHub is currently owned by Microsoft. They paid $7.5 billion for it. Why did they do that? Well, they got access to the world's library of code so that they could create this Copilot. GitHub Copilot. It writes code for you on prompts. Just like that. To see it in action, it would be something like this. Write me a Python code that converts Roman numerals to decimal. Numerals. And just like that, it's going to write code that would have, when I was a kid, would have taken me weeks to do. I know because I did this for my extra credit when I was in high school in BASIC. So I have ChatGPT Plus. It's supposed to be a little bit faster than this, so it must be prime time right now, but I always have guaranteed access to it. We'll talk about that in just a minute as well, but we've got a lot to cover, so we're going to move on. But you can see it writes code. I could also paste code in and say, I'm having an error with this, blah, blah, blah. It'll say your value on line 7 is the problem. Oh, there you go. It'll debug code. And so that's Copilot. And so when you see here, it's telling you who's using it. I think there was a place where I saw what companies are using it. 96% faster, 76% are more satisfying work. And there's some stats on like what companies are using it. Basically, every developer is using it right now to just write better code, clean code, everything. It checks your code even when you're done. It's a fantastic little tool. So as we said, it can be used to summarize. It could be used, you could do text to video or things that you're seeing with Runway ML. You could create websites and funnels, but ours is going to export those pages and funnels right to Groove pages so you can go and finish your edits and do your hosting, not just create the HTML. It can be used for music. Want to see something that I created with a text prompt? Literally, I said, make it in a techno sound with this type of voice that sounds like this, and I got this song came out of it. Let's see, ready? Let's open this with QuickTime.
Now the power, now get ready for the power of Groove.AI. Become a backer of Groove.AI. Now get ready.
So you can imagine what's going to be happening with music. I gave it a prompt about becoming a backer for Groove.AI, and it wrote me a song. So music can be done with it. It can create your books, your reports, your guides, your blog posts optimized for SEO, your freemiums, the images for it, everything. So that's everything that can be done with it. So now let's talk about some case studies that we actually used AI for. Let's take a look just at what we did for this presentation here. So let me see here. What you're seeing right here, I might have to go, let me go into here. I'm going to go and I'm going to show you that we have something in here. And this is the problem with ChatGPT, is it doesn't organize your information well. There's no sub-projects. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. But take a look at this. I have here, Donna asked me in Skype last week. She said, Mike, literally, do you have a hook for this webinar? Any copy? Because I don't know anything about this. You're the one in love with AI. Carl really needs some help. And if you can get that to him right away. So first, let's talk about what I did. I did something called seed prompting, which means essentially I uploaded the consciousness of the business. Everything I could say about the business. Look what I said to ChatGPT. I'm creating an AI SaaS company using the OpenAI API. Can I tell you about it? It says, of course. I'd love to hear about your AI SaaS company and how you plan on using it. Please share more details. So I continued to write for about 40 minutes. Probably 10 minutes of writing, but I had to come up with things to say. But I said it in any particular order. And I just pasted information in that it can do. And when I was done thinking of what I could say, it said, got it. You're creating an AI platform, right? So now I said, give me a 30-second elevator pitch. So guys, if you want to know in 30 seconds what Groove.AI is, are you tired of spending hours creating content for your marketing campaigns? Introducing Groove.AI, the AI content generator that assists you and your team in producing exceptional, unique content 10 times faster. With Groove.AI, you'll be able to generate creative ideas, compelling copy, advertising, and more. But the best part, Groove.AI is more affordable than the competition on a flat rate of just $497 a year. Don't worry, we've got a lifetime for you. Say goodbye to creative blocks. Hello to efficient content creation with Groove.AI. Wait till I show you what this is going to do. I said, right here, redo it, but talk to a marketer. I asked it to give me a pitch so that I could go on Shark Tank. Hey, Sharks, I got a product that'll make you want to swim with the big fish. There's my Shark Tank. But then later, I had to build my website, all my website copy, all of these different things. And then Donna said, we're doing a webinar, can you help me? So I simply said, you can see I asked it a lot of things. What are the best colors I asked it for? It said black and purple would be good. All right, see, the great choice, purple. Can you give me a prompt I could use in Midjourney, etc. Here are 15 FAQs that we have for it. Donna, in fact, I'm going to click share, and I'm going to give you that. We've got FAQ. I've got to vet them because it made up some of these, but it's all based on what I told it. So I wouldn't say anything here is made up. You ever tried to write an FAQ? How about just uploading the consciousness of your business? All right, so more and more and more, let's get to the point where Donna said we've got a promotion and I need some help. So this is all long website copy that I could use, all this stuff. This is all stuff for the website. Look at this. I said, write me a 7-minute long video script I can use for a Kickstarter. Instead of saying back Kickstarter, say back this project. Here's a script I'm using for something we're doing next week. Voiceover. Are you sick and tired of paying through the nose for AI platforms? Are you tired of trying to make your business succeed with clunky, outdated, expensive technology? Cut to a shot of a smartphone, blah, 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 right? So let's get to the point where Donna asked. She said, Mike, do we have a hook for the webinar? In fact, do you have a headline that you could get Carl some headlines and bullet points? I literally said, give me a hook for a webinar to launch. Use a blind offer. Use fear of missing out and make it how AI is going to revolutionize digital marketing. Use urgency, et cetera, et cetera. Here it is. Here's my hook. Is your marketing strategy falling behind? Don't get left in the dust by competitors. So I'm going to go into my Gmail account in a separate browser, Gmail, and I asked it for an email. So I'm literally going to look for this in my email to help me find it faster and get a load of what I was able to do, folks. I'm just, okay. So I'm going to pull this in here and I'm going to show you this email in just a minute, but let's go to the web page. Let's click here to register. This should really blow you away, guys. That I didn't do this because let me be cute and just show them that I use AI. I did this because it saved me time and energy and came up with better results. So let's move this to here. Okay, so I can go side by side, and let's bring this back over here, and we'll bring it back in a minute. So over here, we said the hook is your marketing strategy falling behind? Don't get left in the dust by your competitors. Let's see if we can find that. Here it is. There's the hook. Headline, the future of digital marketing, how AI is revolutionizing the industry, boosting business results. You want to know proof that this works? You're on this webinar. Okay. What about right here? A subheadline, join our exclusive webinar for the latest AI-powered marketing. Wow, look at this. Just right here. And a big announcement you don't want to miss. Here's what you'll learn. Let's see where we got that from. 10 bullets, discover the power of AI in digital marketing and how it's already making waves. Look at that, it's right here. Donna will probably admit to you that this is the most bullet points we probably put on a webinar registration page when we only had a week to get the webinar registration up. We usually put 5 or 7. And this was literally easy peasy, okay? But it doesn't stop there. Check this out. Now, write me an email to my customers to attend this webinar. Have a strong call to action and get them to click the link and learn more to see dates. Make it fun, witty, conversational. Use urgency and direct response marketing style. Use bullets. Give me 3 subject lines that will maximize open rates. So folks, do you see why I'm telling you that Groove.AI, when we make it, is going to be so powerful? We're going to be seasoning it in the background. This is what many of you are saying, can't you do this with ChatGPT? Well, you know, if you're really good at prompt engineering, it's almost a style like copywriting. We're going to bake this stuff into Groove.AI. your emails will automatically be made for direct response. You'll have little drop downs for tone, professional, marketing, urgency, scarcity, tick box that you'll be able to put on. Stuff that nobody else is doing. Trust me when I tell you, we know direct response better than Jasper and better than Copy.AI. They're really good at what we do. We have our own flavor. Okay? We're excited about this. So here's what it gave me. 3 subject lines. Well, let's take a look at this email right here. What is the subject line? Join our webinar and discover how AI is revolutionizing digital marketing. I think that was in one of these other emails that we had, but you can see it here anyway. Let me discover the future of AI marketing, and here's the email. Do you want to stay ahead? Okay, and so I wrote 3 different emails. Let me just go back and get, I'm going to put this into Google search so I can get this exact email. All right, it looks like it's this one. All right, so the subject line, bear with me a second. Let's add this tab here. I apologize, guys. It'll be a little bit easier for me to do it like this. We said, these are the subject lines. Do you want to stay ahead of the game in digital marketing, leave your competition in the dust? And here it is. Do you want to stay ahead of your business and leave your competition in the dust? Here are the bullet points, right? We formatted it, but these are the bullet points. We had it write the email, and I gave it to Carl. But let me show you something else that's going to go into something that we have in Groove.AI that nobody else will have, that we will have, and it's something called styles, right? So what you're going to notice right here is I created a writing style. Now, from what I know, Jasper and Copy.AI don't have this. Maybe they do, or maybe they'll see that we have it, and you know, competition, they'll have it one day. But look at what I did. I took a writing style, and I'm going to go all the way up to the top of this web page here. And I said, analyze the following text for style and tone of voice. Apply the exact style and tone of voice to all future responses. And what I did is I pasted copy from my website I found on archive.org for the butterfly marketing manuscript and butterflymarketing.com. And it was something, if we go to archive.org, folks, I'm going to tell you, like, this is when we used to have to write sales letters, and we didn't do videos and we didn't do webinars because the technology didn't exist. So the butterfly marketing manuscript.com. It's before I had a team. I was a one-man show, so I had to do everything, build my websites, design my websites. So the butterfly marketing manuscript.com. Let's see. Is there a typo there? Let's try it again. Archive.org. The butterfly marketing manuscript.com. That should find it.
Space, Mike. Between
What?
the and butterfly, there's a space.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Am I not in the right place? Let's go to the Wayback Machine, maybe. Maybe that's the one that I want.
Mike, you were searching metadata. You need to turn on the site search.
Okay. I think this one automatically brings me. This is the one that I want.
That's it.
Thank you, David. All right, so this is going to go back. We're going to go back to 2008. We'll see the spike there, or 2013. We'll pick any date here in 2013, and you're going to see basically something that took me 3 months to write the sales copy. But I wrote this. So let's zoom in a little bit more, and let's get rid of this little X here. And so here was a headline, right? Marketer cry, stop the traffic. Imagine if today you put into motion a few small actions that in just a few short weeks delivered an unstoppable flood of traffic and sales, in which the only way you could shut it off would be to call your web host and insult his mother. Warning, blah, 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 right? Remember all these sales letters? Date. 2, any marketer with an open mind. What do these sales figures have in common? And all of this copy here, this formatting, it's a gorgeous sales page, honestly. It's really good copy. I miss these days. But I just basically copied. I hit Control A. I copied all of the text. I did the same thing for the butterfly marketing, and I pasted it, and this is what it said. The style and tone of this text is persuasive and promotional, with an emphasis on the value of the product being advertised. The author uses a confident, almost boastful tone to describe the success of the product and its ability to transform the lives of those who use it. They also use personal anecdotes and testimonials to add credibility to the claims and to appeal to the reader's desire for success and financial freedom. The offer employs a sense of urgency and scarcity to encourage the reader to act quickly and take advantage of a limited time offer. Does this not sound like exactly Mike Filsaime describes my copy? I mean, to me, I'm like, yeah, this is exactly how I write. This is great because now that it's in there forever, and again, the problem with ChatGPT that we'll talk about later is I can't share this account with my teams. So nobody can come in. They don't have a team sharing. So I have to take an email, which I did, and I said, rewrite the following email above in the style above. And here's what it did. I pasted the email and it rewrote it. It even rewrote the headline here. So if I search this and I go here, this email, are you ready to leave your competition in the dust? Let's see if this is the one here. Yeah, this is it. So this was the previous email written in my style. And then I did it with the butterfly marketing manuscript, and I gave Carl emails for the week that are literally, this is how I talk. It took the content because I uploaded the consciousness of everything I knew about Groove.AI. And then I said, write me an email in my style. And this is how we're going to operate from now until the end of time. The emails are going to be coming from my style, from information that we upload to Groove.AI, and it's going to make us more productive, completely more productive. Everything here came. Now, if I open up a recent Google Doc, you will see that I went in and I modified some of these things to further reflect my voice, which I recommend we always do. We don't want to copy and paste, but that's it. That's it. Moving back onto the presentation, let's go here. I can assure you that I used it for the order page, but I just can't show you the order page just yet. Okay, I can't show you the order page just yet. But let me show you something else that I did it for. I did it for, as we said, the order page right here. Here's one, and let's open up ChatGPT again. This is a new site that we're launching. We postponed it for Groove.AI. We've been working on it for almost 3 years now, fitclass.com. But it's ready. It's ready to go live. And what's interesting about this is, if you go here and you go down far enough, you're going to see I uploaded the consciousness of that business, meaning I did a brain dump of every single thing that I could think of. Okay, so here it is. Let's go all the way to the top. Got to scroll way up. I want to give you some information to use and more questions to follow. Here's the information. And then I did a brain dump, everything that I could think of, everything. And again, I like to do this one. It's fun. Write me a pitch that I can use on Shark Tank. Make it fun, witty, with a sense of humor. Good evening, Sharks. Welcome to fitclass.com, the ultimate virtual fitness marketplace where you can sweat in the comfort of your own home. You know how it is. You finally muster up the courage to join a gym, and before you know it, you're surrounded by buff, toned individuals who make you look like the before picture in a weight loss ad. Well, we're here to change that. With FitClass, you can work out from the privacy of your own home, in your pajamas if you want to, and with our built-in tip system, you can even earn money while you burn calories. We're official partners with Zoom, so our trainers can reach a global audience, and you, as an attendee, can access a variety of fitness classes from yoga to CrossFit and everything in between. And the best part, it's free to join for both trainers and attendees. We're not just shaking up the fitness industry, Sharks, we're revolutionizing it. And we're not just asking for an investment, we're offering you a piece of the action. So, who's ready to get in on the ground floor of the next big thing in fitness? FitClass is the future of fitness, and we're inviting you to be part of it. Okay, enter Mr. Wonderful telling me that I'm a cockroach. That I am, right? But do you understand what happens? This is what these other platforms aren't doing. They're asking you, you want to write a blog post, enter a title and keyword, it spits it out. I'm going to show you something in a minute that we're going to do something called styles and prompt seeding, or uploading the consciousness is essentially what we're calling it. And then once you do that, well, then every single thing that you do in that project, it will know your style that you want, in the style of Dan Kennedy, in the style of Frank Kern. I'm going to show you how you can, we'll pre-season it, and how you can even pre-season it for any style you want, your own style or blend styles. Nobody is doing anything like this. Okay, my brain and our company, the way we talk about this stuff, and the people in our masterminds, we say, wouldn't it be cool if you could do this? ChatGPT does this, but look how ridiculous this is, right? I wanted to see here, I think this was a YouTube video, China's economic influence on something else. I don't want to have to be sharing with you all of my, my different things that I'm searching, and I can't share this with my team. I've got to do it. I've got to copy paste. So ChatGPT is good, but I'm going to show you something that's going to be more focused on marketing with proper seasoning with us in the background out of the gate. So again, this was done for Fit Class, but let's take a look at this. I want to build a website. This website should include blah, blah, blah. And then I asked it to give me copy for all of these different sections. This is how we're going to use this formula to actually build websites. Now, we had to do this by hand, but every bit of copy and the flow of this website was created using ChatGPT. And it's actually absolutely gorgeous. It even told us what images we can have here. It wrote these FAQs for us. That's one more thing in the case study. Moving on here, just next, we are 90 minutes into this presentation. And as I told you, I even used ChatGPT to write the introduction for this webinar. And I even used it, I used AI technology to record the introduction of this webinar. All right, let's move on to the project. Let's talk now about Groove.AI. I'm going to open up a beautiful mind map. I'm going to show you every single spec and feature. Now, I'm not going to touch base on every single one. Some of them are going to be self-explanatory, but when we get into the what makes us different, that is where I really want to spend time with you. All right, so let's open up this project right here. Excuse me. Welcome to Groove.AI. This is the tech stack, the API, our minimum viable product, when we're expecting it to come, our pricing, and our advantages. I'm going to focus mainly on the app, but I want to let you know. So let's start right here. What is the difference between Groove.AI and Jasper and Copy.ai? Well, Groove.ai is going to be an AI platform like an iPhone is to the App Store. So let's ask ChatGPT, new chat, what are the native apps on the iPhone? I love that I could literally do this and not have to go to Google and search and go, let me see here. This is just going to give me stuff that I can do in my presentations on the fly. I recommend you do this as well, because I was going to start making some of these things up. Like it has a calculator, it has an iMessage, but so as a calculator, a calendar, the camera, the clock, the compass, contacts, FaceTimes, mail, etc., etc. Okay, it just keeps going. All right, let's ask this question here. I'm going to click stop generating. Okay, so it's done. How many apps are in the iOS app store? And this is what Groove.ai is going to be. It has 2.2 million apps. All right. Let's just see if it knows this answer. I'm just curious. I don't know that it will. How many apps are in the Shopify App Store? 6,000 apps. Okay, folks, you've just realized what Groove.ai is. Groove.ai is a platform, unlike Jasper.ai and Copy.ai, that uses one specific AI company like OpenAI. Our platform will use every single platform out there, and the way that it works it's going to work like Twilio and SendGrid. When you log in, it's an API that you get for free. Let's move this here. These APIs. You will connect to OpenAI's API. OpenAI allows you to do images with DALL-E. It has GPT, which is a text transformers. It does code, it does voice, and more. You'll also be able to use something called Steamship, Stability.AI. They have their own version right now called Dream Studio, but people like Midjourney and Blue Willow have used it. So we're going to have that built in as well. And Google, ladies and gentlemen, Google just announced last week that they are opening up their API. So they're not going to simply be a company that holds the technology. They realize, like cloud computing and servers, like with Amazon, it's better for them to get into the game. So they are going to open source their API. And what that means is, when you log into Groove.AI, you will connect your APIs with all of these, and you will see an app that we have for image or text to video or whatever the case may be. And it will say, this requires this API. If you don't have it, get a free API here. You put your credit card on file with those people. Why is that important, what I just said? If you're not paying attention, face the computer full on, listen to my voice here. This is what makes us different. The other companies are using one API like OpenAI, and they are marking up the tokens on the high volume when you're paying $4.99 a month, 3x. And at the beginner volume, 8x, $49 and $99 a month is 6 to 8 times the price of the tokens. And so here's the other thing. When you're using Jasper or Copy.ai and you're paying them $199 a month or $2.99 or $4.99 for what we're going to be offering, let's just say $99 a month. If you don't use it for 3 months, you still pay for those tokens that you didn't use with no rollover. If you do not log into Groove for 4 months, well, first of all, you're going to get a lifetime deal. You'd have no bill. And when you look at the prices, guys, ladies and gentlemen, oh, let me show you OpenAI Fund. I was supposed to show you this before. OpenAI Fund is a company, is OpenAI. They give money to different companies, and one of their companies is Descript. Remember the company that I did the voice with today? And I told you I thought that they were an AI company? Nope. Descript is simply a user interface company that got backed by OpenAI startup fund, and they just raised money. And so when we were all impressed with, oh, can you see this? We are now finding out, because of the release of ChatGPT, that everybody started talking about OpenAI, and all these AI companies that were like, how are they doing it? They're writing 6 lines of code and putting a call into OpenAI. That's it. So when we look at OpenAI pricing, well, look at this. Folks, to do text with the latest model of GPT 3.5, their Da Vinci model, it costs 2 cents for 1,000 tokens. This paragraph right here is 35 tokens. It would have to get to 1,000 tokens just to charge you 2 cents. So you're paying Jasper and and Copy.ai $99 a month. You're paying for 300,000 tokens a month, and in many cases you're not even using it. So that's my point, is you'll put your credit card on file with OpenAI when you create an API, just like you do with Stripe, just like you do with SendGrid, just like you do with Twilio. And then when you do something, you'll get a bill at the end of the month for like $3.80 instead of having to pay $99 a month. If you'll use it a lot, okay, you'll have a $20 bill. Maybe I would have a $20 bill with the way that I use it. All right, but that's one of our important things. And we work with every API. But the other thing that we do, which is really, really big, guys, is this right here, is the marketplace. Okay, so our marketplace means Groove.ai is going to be like an iPhone. We're going to create an SDK, a user interface for this, for other people to develop their apps that call whatever API over here that they want to code it to. And it'll tell you, this requires this API. And that means we will have about 30 pre-made tasks and workflows, right? What are they? Write an email, write a blog, write an article, write a video sales letter, write a explainer video. We'll come up with all of these different things and create a workflow, a task or a workflow. So what is a workflow? Well, let me show you right here. We're going to go into copy.ai, and I'm going to tell you essentially what we're going to do slightly different than them and better than them. So the first thing is when I go and I create a blog post, one thing that they're not doing is they didn't allow me to upload the consciousness of a project or anything. What Groove is going to do is here. Let's close this for a second. We're going to have this right here. I believe in the settings here. Yeah, okay. We're going to have in here pre-trained styles, all right? So you're seeing styles. So we're going to have pre-trained styles. So we're going to have bloggers, popular blogger writing styles, copywriters, right? And direct response copywriters. So you're going to be able to say, I want to write this in the style of Clayton Makepeace or Frank Kern. And you're even going to be able to train the style. So you can train a style. If you don't, you're like, hey, why don't you have Frank Kern? What you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to train it by uploading a video, audio, a YouTube URL, a website URL, an RSS feed, or simply pasting text that you copied off of a website. And you're pasting it in there, and then it's going to create a style and say, this style uses this, and then you can name it Crank Fern or Frank Kern, whatever you want to call it. And then now you'll be able to create this project, whoops, like you are here, but the first step in here is this, we're going to have a style. They don't have that. So you're going to be able to say, I want to write this in the style of Seth Godin or Neil Patel, and it'll write in that style automatically. Exclusive feature to Groove. That's styles, all right? But let's take a look at prompt primers, all right? Primers, okay, work like this, okay? You'll be able to save them in, first off, projects, then categories and subcategories. And you'll be able to categorize a primer. What is a primer? I want you to look at a primer as a research product that you were doing when you were writing an essay when you were a kid. Remember, you had to cite all of these different books and articles and encyclopedias that you did. Well, what if you were able to train a primer and you could write your own information, then you could paste copy that you got off of a web, then you could enter a website URL and it'll scrape it, or the RSS from that website. Then you could add 5 different YouTube videos and then upload an audio file and name that style copywriting by Gary Halbert, right? You took a lot of his information. And then you could add a relevance weight score to each of the above, and then one for the entire model of GTP. So if I was writing an essay, I would say, I want to use 100% of all of these things, and I want to use 0 from the knowledge of your neural network. I don't care what you know about Wikipedia. I want my essay or whatever to be only on this stuff, or I could say you could use 20% of outside information. Guys, nobody else is doing this. This is the way we're thinking here at Groove. We're going to be able to then have a blog article that we want to write, but I had a previous step. Not only am I writing it in this style, but I've given you 3 YouTube videos and 2 websites to research, and I want 30% of my content to be inspired by that, 70% to be used from your entire neural network, and then we can proceed. This is something that nobody else is doing. These are different primers that, if you take a look here, this is all the stuff that I'm studying. When all of these different things act as an interviewer, you're an English school teacher to improve grammar. We're going to have a plagiarism checker. All of these prompts I'm studying, and I'm going to have this stuff built into the back of Groove. And I have it all archived in my little mind map here, guys. All right, so that's what primers are, and that's what styles are. Okay, yes, we're going to have teams. We're going to have image libraries. You're going to be able to do your own images. You're going to be actually able to use make.com, formerly Integromat, Zapier, Pabbly, and Integrately to create things in your workflows that when something is done, you could say automatically paste this to my WordPress blog, et cetera, et cetera. So all automation will be built into this. All right. You're going to be able to save things by projects. Inside of a project, right? Let's say a project is Groove.AI. Well, you're going to have compositions. What is a composition? A composition is an email that I want to write for today. And I can now clone that. And I want to write another email and I'll say regenerate. What is another composition? My pitch for Shark Tank. My elevator pitch. I want to create another composition. What? I need copy for my website. I want another composition. I need a cart abandonment sequence, et cetera, et cetera. So you're going to be able to create a project. You'll be able to prime that project by uploading the consciousness of your business, as I showed you, like I did for Groove.AI and FitClass. So it knows everything. These other companies, look what they're doing. They asked you for a title and some keywords. Hey, it's okay. So now let me show you what would happen here. You would over here first choose a primer, skip it or not, a style, and then you could say 10 reasons to make the switch to Groove.cm. I'm going to put Groove Funnels because I think the language models are about a year old. And I want to write this witty, right? So I'm going to write some keywords. We're going to put funnel marketing. Let's put Russell Brunson. We're going to put Groove.cm. We'll put Groove Pages, Groove Funnels, Mike Full same. There we go. We got some keywords, and I'm going to hit Generate Outline. So what it's doing now, because I want to show you if you guys have never seen how this works, it's going to create an outline, an introduction at the beginning, a conclusion at the bottom, and then what it calls talking points. So here's the blog intro, and now it needs to create talking points. Once it creates talking points, you then tell it to create copy, add more, add less, blah, blah, blah. But guys, while this might be optimized for SEO, there's no style. You weren't able to attach a style to this, your own unique writing style that you could train it on. You weren't able to pre-prime it with a couple of videos that you have, right? So here are the talking points. I can add more or less. I can change the position. If I want to talk about the sales page before a landing page, I can add more talking points, generate more. I could give it my own, regenerate if I don't like these, get rid of a section. So create an outline. So now we click generate content, and it's going to write each talking point about 3 paragraphs. And then when you're done, a little editor will open up here, and then you could copy and paste that stuff into the editor. We're going to have the same thing. Create the blog post just like this. All right. And let me just see what this is here. And so we're going to have one more thing. ChatGPT just announced that they have created an API for ChatGPT. So we're going to have Groove Chat Assistant. It will be floating over here or somewhere at any time. And so you'll notice there are times in the middle, even though I'm doing something that's in an outline, I might just want to go in and say, how many apps are in the Shopify store? Great, copy, paste, put that into my, but you're not going to have to go out to ChatGPT. You're going to have it right here. And you can have a little button that says insert into blog right at the point of the cursor, right? All of this stuff is going to be pre-made for you in H1, H2 tags, formatting, everything, and it will integrate with Groove Blog, Groove Pages, et cetera, et cetera. You'll even see here, so just some of the things that we're doing that's different. We're going to have styles, we're going to have primers, and we're going to have ChatGPT, a chat assistant built into the process to help you write this stuff. And more importantly, we're going to season it in the background because we are studying prompting, which is the next big thing in AI, is really understanding how to prompt. And we think we're going to be able to prompt better than all of the competition out there. But hey, look, they do their stuff good. I'm not beating up on them. I'm just saying we're entering the game. All right, that's all I'm saying, more affordably. They do their stuff good, all right? Really, really good. In fact, I use ChatGPT now, we've used Jasper. They're really good stuff. We're going to have a Chrome extension, all right? And so that's going to allow logged in users to generate content anywhere. So if you're in the Groove platform, you're going to be able to put a little thing like #/ give me a subject line for blah, 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 blah related to this project. Write me an email. Write your blogs. Build your websites. Your copy for your website. Build your funnels for your websites. Your descriptions for your products and your e-commerce. You're doing a YouTube video, it'll generate your keywords, your page, your descriptions. It'll come up with your title tags for your websites, your meta descriptions, your keywords, your open graph description and text and images. It'll help you with your PowerPoints, your keynotes, copy for your membership site, affiliate marketing swipe emails to rewrite them, because oh my God, I can't believe he's asking me to send this to my list. This is so damn hypey. Let me copy and paste this and rewrite this, tone it down a little bit and write it in the style of Mike Filsaime. Boom, okay, you get in the picture there, right? That's the, so our user interface, we said it's gonna look like copy.ai in Jasper. We will have tasks, we will have workflow wizards. What is a workflow wizard? Well, I just showed you what a wizard looks like when we walk through here. We walk through a wizard, keywords, this and that, but we're adding more to the wizard. A chat assistant, a primer, and a style, okay? So we will, that's what I just said. So you'll have the primer, the style, you can do a task. What is a task? A task is like, I just need something real quick for Instagram. Or a wizard is what I just showed you. And a ChatGPT assistant is something nobody else has, and we're gonna have the editor there as well. Now, the built-in apps that we are going to have are going to be the following. Apps will show what API is used so that you know if you've already connected to that API. We'll have tasks and workflows. We just spoke about that. Groove is going to have about 30 plus, and then we'll just keep adding pre-made content tasks. In the future, we'll start adding things like resumes. Why not? They're easy for us. It literally will take seconds, and other people are going to be able to build on top of this. So tasks and workflows will have things like titles, keywords, primers, styles, our power-baked seasoning in the background, meaning we're going to season it with things like direct response, witty, conversational, in the style of, use urgency and frequency. If you don't tell ChatGPT, it's going to write you a very generic, here is something. It's going to look good, but guys, it's not going to convert. We're going to have things like optimized for SEO, if it's an SEO. If it's an email, it'll be optimized for conversions. And these things are going to be built into the platform. There'll be drop downs in there, little levers like weights and scales, right? But all of these different things, like you just saw when I was doing the images, models, guidance, seed, dimensions, output, small, medium, large, quality, detect for plagiarism, unique, all that different type of stuff, number of images, all those different things will be in sliders. So what type of apps will we have for just content creation? Well, that's kind of like this right here, right? You go to copy.ai and you look and you click on see more templates. This is what I mean by templates. You'll be able to filter. Guys, we're not gonna reinvent the wheel. We're gonna take a look at this. It's gonna help us make it a little bit easier, and we're gonna give these pre-built-in ones here, okay? And so that'll be things like blogs, articles, email, press releases, website copy. Let's just put that in there. Press release, releases, website copy, social media, ads, video scripts, reports, freemiums, writing books, content summary, YouTube, a website, a video, audio, a call, a Zoom call or a Skype call. You upload it or you connect it to Zoom and it'll automatically record all your calls and give you a summary and an outline, and you could go back and search, what was that call that we had where Donna came up with that idea? Just go in, do a global search. That's it. Website and funnel creation. This is something that nobody in the world is doing. We've looked into it. The technology can be done. There's somebody doing it right now. Very basic. It's called Sitekick.ai. Not Sidekick, Sitekick. You create websites with prompts. You write a prompt and it creates a landing page. And then you can export it to Webflow. So we can export ours to Webflow and Groove and ClickFunnels and all the others as well. So that's what one of the ones that we're going to be doing as well. It will know your brand colors, but you could change them. We'll design, do designs and do copy. So it'll do your design and copy. Let's just rewrite it that way. Okay. It will generate your SEO, great for SEO, your title tags, your OG meta descriptions, all that junk. It'll be just one and go. It'll have all your images, either through Unsplash, Pixabay, or AI images if needed. And it'll export to Groove pages and other websites. Image and art. You're going to be able to do text to image with Dolly or Stability or Midjourney. You'll be able to do image to image, which is the Photoshop one that I showed you, like remove the beer can, turn it into a Coke can. Remove from image, replace an image. In painting. I don't have time to go into all of this stuff. In painting is technology, kind of like the stuff that we're talking about here. Out painting means if you have an image of the Mona Lisa, you just click on the edges and it'll start acting as if you're creating an unlimited canvas, and you can just expand on a painting using AI. Masking, model pose, all of this stuff. I'll probably do some live streams next week to go over some of this. Upscaling old videos and images that are in low resolution. You'll be able to upload an image and upscale it. This stuff already exists. Apply a composition. That's what we just said. So here's a picture of me, but apply this composition of this image of a Pixar image, and it'll put that composition on top of you and turn you into a Pixar image. Video. Text to video will be done. Video and editing, applying compositions. Now, guys, if you say, well, how are you going to be able to do all of that stuff? Well, guys, we're not going to actually create all of these apps. We're going to focus mostly on the content and the voice to text and stuff like this. But I want to show you something here that's interesting. It's called Hugging Face. Wrong one. Hugging Face AI. HuggingFace.co. Okay. Hugging Face, consider it the GitHub of AI. And what you've got out here, all these models of people out here putting image to text. And you could go in and people are creating open source images and telling you all this stuff that I don't need to know how it's done. Here's the code and put it in there. And we could create any one of these things that are here. So here's one called Instruct Pix to Pix. Okay. And you can actually, let me see here. There's one of these things that allows you to actually use it. So that's the code, right? So if I wanted the code to this, I could just get the code. I could edit it if we want. Files and versions, community, and one of these buttons allows you to run it, essentially. And when you run it, let me just see here. Well, let's not even do it. Let's just use this as the examples, what we're seeing right here. You can see that you can say, turn it into a still from a Western, right? So that's Woody. Add fireworks to the sky. Let's zoom on this a little bit more. Replace the fruits with a cake. Make his jackets out of leather. So if you're saying, Mike, how are you going to figure this stuff out? Guys, I'm telling you, we're in the user interface and user experience company business. All of this stuff exists. It's all out there, and it tells you it uses OpenAI, Google, Stability, Midjourney, whatever. And more importantly, is what we said about the marketplace. We are going to allow other developers to develop no code, just using our user interface and publish it like you do in a Shopify marketplace. Okay, but we're going to have text to voice, voice to text, voice cloning, overdubbing, content creation, like create a VSL like I did for the intro of this webinar, coding by prompt, by debug code, convert code. We're not going to spend a lot of time into that. We'll create a couple of interfaces. There's already Copilot, it exists out there, but we'll have it, but we'll let people develop for it. And music, it'll write songs, lyrics, vocals, and then complete and put them all together. You'd be surprised how fast this is going to grow when you want music to score one of your videos. You could have AI say, do something dramatic in the sound of Silence of the Lambs, boom, and make it 30 seconds with a fade out, boom, you'll get an image and you drop it right into your audio. That's what's coming. So the marketplace, all right, the marketplace will have apps, it'll have tasks, workflows, and prompts. So what does prompts means? Well, just like prompt-based, we're going to have our own little thing in our marketplace, so that if you were looking to find a prompt and you wanted a prompt for Midjourney in the style of Pixar, and then you'll be able to see an example. Yep, I want to be able to upload a picture of me and have it turned into that. Well, great, buy it for $2.99. Heck, if you don't want to buy it, figure out how to do it yourself. If you want to get the prompt, your credit card will be on file. You click a button, and boom, you'll have a prompt in the style of Pixar or the style of Deadpool or whatever you want. So we're going to have a prompts marketplaces. Possibilities are going to be infinite, because we're going to have 30 workflows for you. But somebody might say, Groove doesn't know much about SEO. They did a good job. But dude, I'm a blogger. I know more than Copy AI, Jasper, and Groove put together. I'm going to create a workflow, and I'm going to call it, the all-in-one guide for blah, 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 blah. And, okay, you might buy it for $17 or $9 a month. Or maybe they're giving it away for free as a freemium. Free, one-time, recurring. Or they may say, when you buy my home study course, I'll unlock it for free and you'll get this app or this app bundle. Or you might just want to design it for yourself. Say, hey, I like the way they're doing the email, but I really wish it had this. So I'm going to code it myself. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. Private use. Developers, why are they going to list? We don't need to spend much time here, but they don't need to create their own SaaS platform. No need to create an admin and a payment system and a user system. No need to create website copy. Customers will find them in our marketplace. No need to build around an API and deal with wholesale markup and collecting from the customer. They're going to be able to build something that works and let the customer use their own API. It's a win-win all around. The SDK will allow programmers to develop. They could use our UI prompts, apply their own primers and styles in the background, dictate which APIs, and call return outputs. They will get their own sales description page with their own buy now buttons. They'll keep 80%. They'll sell through Stripe. They'll get paid through Stripe. All right, and so that's the marketplace. We spoke about everything that the app will do. I think we pretty much went through all of that different stuff there. Okay, and so let's close this down. Give us a little more room. We spoke about our tech stack. We're going to build this on Python and Tailwind using the Django framework. That's what OpenAI is built on. We're going to have OpenAI, Steamship, Stability.ai, and Google. Steamship is pretty cool. This company right here is packaging AI prompts, and it's pre-made code. It's like Hugging Face, but also pre-made stuff for Google AI, OpenAI. Folks, this stuff is exciting. When I spoke with the partners, I said, hey, we've been doing this for 5 years. When we created Genesis Digital in the past, we had Webinar Jam, EverWebinar, and Kartra. And I could get excited about things and leave them for other people. But as you guys know, when I understood AI and I saw what it could do for our business, the bug bit me. When I saw Jasper, I remember when they came out, it feels like yesterday. It was June of 2021, just barely 2 months ago, last month, 2 years ago, last month. I remember that they went from being cool to being worth 1.25 billion. I believe that Groove.AI has every opportunity to be as big or bigger, and it will be as big or bigger than Groove.cm, which is really good news for GrooveDigital. It's going to put a wealth of finances in on both ends. People that buy Groove.ai will get exposure to Groove.cm. People that get exposure to Groove.cm will get exposure to Groove.ai, just like when my previous company I had Webinar Jam, EverWebinar, and Kartra. This is a very, very good thing for our company. We're going to reward you guys very, very well for being helping us back this project. We're going to talk about the backer project in just a minute. The MVP phases. Phase 1, we're looking to get the marketplace. The SDK will be built, will get built alongside from day 1. We'll have our admin panel there. This is some internal stuff. And we will have the content and summary model first. When will phase 1 be done? We're going to start developing on April 1st. And we believe in 5 months, May, June, July, August, September 1st, we're going to be giving you access to the platform under sneak peek. And we believe complete early access will happen 2 months later by November 1st, and we will complete phase 1. The next phases are so simple, guys. We're just in the business of creating a user interface that AI, OpenAI, and Google does all the work in the background. So phase 2, we're going to release an image generator within 30 days. The next 30 days will be the websites and funnels. The next 30 days will be text to voice and voice to text. And phase 5 will be code, video, and more as they come. But remember, the marketplace comes out on phase 1, so other people can create for it as well. So that's our MVP. All right, let's talk advantages. Why us? Well, AI is now like streaming services. There's way too many platforms to subscribe to. This company is currently paying these different things here. Jasper, $4.99 a month with the Groove.AI features. What do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look at what they're putting in their enterprise. And if you don't believe me, guys, on their pricing, $82 a month when paid annual to get 100,000 words. Okay, when you start getting up to about what we would need it for in our business, I don't understand why they're not updating that right there. But the prices get very, very expensive. But when you start looking at things that you need, like, hey, I need to collaborate with my team. Tailor brand, oh, look at this, branded to your voice. Ah, you see, they are adding the primer. But custom plan, contact sales. Yesterday, this said $4.99. I swear to you, they took away the $4.99 pricing. API access coming soon, personal onboard training, dedicated account manager, et cetera, et cetera. The bottom line is you got to pay enterprise pricing for what we're going to be giving you for a lifetime. And after that, it'll be just $4.97 a year. All right. So ChatGPT, I should call that ChatGPT Plus. I pay $240 a year. It was even slow today. I was very surprised. Runway ML is a video platform. We may even keep that because they do some cool things. Not gonna say we're gonna replace every one of these things. My point to you that I'm making is that AI has gotten very expensive. Runway costs us $180 a year. It's pretty cheap. Descript $180 a year. 11 labs to do the voiceover that you guys picked as #1. Show you that right here. Log in. Generate. This I trained on my voice.
Hey everyone, my name is Mike
voice.
Philsame, and I am the CEO and co-founder of Groove.CM. That's .cm, because customers matter. It's exactly 1:30 p.m. and we like to start.
This is the most natural sounding, but they're just using the latest version of Whisper that we found out, and that's why all these companies are popping up with really good audio. Midjourney, I'm a paid member, $129 a year. Playground.ai, $420 a year. Like I said, it's like streaming services. The next thing you know, you're paying a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. That's a total of $8,000 per year. All right, let's talk about ChatGPT. Mike, can't we just use ChatGPT to do all of this? You first have to be a prompt expert, and #2, there's more problems even if you can do the prompts the way that prompt experts are. Let's take a look. #1, it's very slow, so you're going to have to pay for it. As many of you know, if you go to ChatGPT and you're not a Plus user, it's down many of the times in peak times, and it's very slow. The more users that are using it, the slower it gets. It's limited to number of hourly requests, and then it caps you at daily requests. All right. It has a horrible UI. I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't work with Teams. I've got to get plugins like GPT to be able to share things with my team. But if I change something, it doesn't change in real time. I can't share my work. I can't export my work. You can say that you can save your work, but I mean, you know, come on. Half of these things are referred to as new chat, new chat, new chat. There's not even a friggin' search feature here, guys. I'm not beating up on this thing, but I need to search for my things sometimes. I was looking for the Steve Jobs quote that I knew was in here. I had to click through these things, and when you click this one, it moves it back up to the top. It's as it says here, very hard to organize, hard to find your past work, very easy to delete or lose your work. Has way too many, quote, conversations right here. Not a single thing that I could put into a project, a category, a subcategory. Give me a user interface with a dashboard that I can have a project called Groove, Fit Class, conversations, chat, emails, nothing. No projects, no categories, no subcategories. It's just a plain mess. It's messy to use. It's professionally messy, and it's just hard to organize. So yes, ChatGPT is good, but we're going to have it as built into our app as an assistant as you're working on projects in your voice that you prime in different styles that you can export over to Groove, all of these different things. So that is the problem with ChatGPT. Let's talk about our price advantage. Okay, well, number one, our price is going to be $497 per year, but you guys are getting a lifetime deal today. We're going to give you that. We're at the 2-hour mark, and we're going to give you that right in about 5 minutes. Sorry, I had to cough. As I showed you before, you get tokens at wholesale. You get to pay direct wholesale pricing that Jasper is paying, that Copy.AI is paying, that every web company in the world is paying, because we're going to allow you to plug in with your own API. Nice and simple. There'll be no markup of the wholesale rate. So we're not adding 0.0002 cents. No, it's your API, you get billed. We're not doing an app store type thing where we take a certain percentage. You pay as you go. So if you don't use it, you pay only for what you use. So if you don't log in for a month or two, like we all know we don't, we get excited for a few months, then we don't use it, then we got a launch coming up, and we use it. Well, during the launch, you'll have a big bill of $37. If you don't use it for 3 months, which honestly, I think you're gonna be using it every day, but you pay only for what you use. If you're using it every day with Copy.AI and Jasper, they're gonna be telling you, hey, you need to upgrade. $199 is not enough. You need more, you need more. And understand, when they tell you 100,000 words, that's processed and output. So if you were to upload a YouTube video, oh, well, guess what? That had 14,000 words. Well, that goes towards your 100,000 words to process, okay? Not with us. You only pay as you go. You pay with what you use. You get it at wholesale. We don't mark it up. And you don't pay a monthly payment to us. No monthly payment. It's access to the platform. Consider it like you're buying an iPhone, okay? The only difference is this iPhone updates. You don't have to buy one. So no paying for months you don't use it like the other SaaS models. The marketplace advantage we spoke about already. It combines all AI platforms in one with wholesale pricing. Platform advantages like you get in an iOS app store, Google Play, Chrome extensions, WordPress plugins and themes, and a Shopify marketplace, right? When you go look for you're using your iPhone or Chrome, it's great to have extensions. We're going to have people developing for us as well. Possibilities, infinite, as we said, use cases. We're going to have workflows, apps, tasks, and prompts as well. Okay, so let's talk about the pricing that you will get today with Groove.AI. So let's close this. We're going to go here. So we are doing a lifetime offer here, okay? So today, you can become a backer of this project, help us get it off the ground, and we're gonna reward you with, instead of paying the annual price of $497 a year, which is the eventual price that we went with Webinar Jam and EverWebinar, which is what it's going to sell for when it becomes a SaaS company. 2 payments of $497 or 1 payment of $897. I'm going to get you the link in just a minute. And then you get that for lifetime. Groove lifetime users or paid users are going to get $100 worth of free API credits. You won't even have to put your API in when you first start. we'll pay for $100 of API. That means you're technically getting it for lifetime for $797 if you use it and pay for it. It'll later be $497 a year. They will later be a freemium model where you will pay 8 times, you'll see here, it's very, very expensive. 8 times the wholesale pricing. If you're free, you will not be able to bring your own API, and we are going to make a fortune on that. So the lifetime allows you to pay it once, get it out of the year, and pay wholesale pricing. All right, and you get to bring your own API, as we said here as well. So to become a backer of this project, all you simply need to do is go you're going to go to Groove.AI/backer. Okay, you go to Groove.AI/backer, and that will take you to this website right here. And we're going to take your questions. All right. So this, folks, was all written with AI. All written with AI. I'll show you just real quick right here. If we scroll up and we go to Groove.AI, I got to find it. Again, horrible UI. There it is. Earlier today, I said, give me here it is. Give me a headline I could use for my order page. Unlock unlimited potential, get lifetime access today. And look at that right here. Then I said, give me 1 paragraph I could use for the order page. Welcome, etc. And we get that right here. Then I said, give me 10 bullet points for a summary of what they get. But you see, because I'm a direct response marketer, I know these things. I'm going to have this built in to Groove.AI. I had to tell it, use the feature advantage benefit formula. Then it said feature advantage benefit. I had to say, no, rewrite this again with natural language. Don't state feature advantage preference. Use direct response exciting copy. And it gave me these bullets. And that's my bullets that you're seeing right here. So folks, as we said, you go to Groove.AI/backer. Help us back this project. Become a backer. We really appreciate it. I'm letting you know, guys, that this special is only for Groove members. We are launching to the public at a higher price or different value when we launch in April, and you're going to be able to promote that. This is for you guys in Groove. We thank you more than anything for even considering being a backer. I promise you, this platform is not as complex as the 16 different individual apps that we had to create a Kajabi. We had to create an active campaign, a ClickFunnels, a website builder. And we did all that in, it's been now 3 years this May. 3 years this May from the time that we did our backer project. No, May of 2019, 4 years. 4 years. April of 2020 when we launched. 3 years in April from the time that we launched. You can pay us 2 payments of $497. Go to Groove.AI/backer, or go with the pay in full at $897. If you're a platinum user, we're going to give you a coupon code when the software comes out to give you $100 worth of free credits before you even have to put your API in. That could last you months, guys, at wholesale pricing. Like, it's almost like getting it free. Your AI computation at that point. We'll pay for that. If you're a regular Groove user, you get it at these low prices if you're not a paid customer. And then later in April, we're going to be raising the price. So this is our introductory offer to you guys. It will include access to the platform, just as you see in Copy.ai, just as you see here. We're going to have a user interface. Our interface is going to be using purple colors. But if you're familiar with Jasper and Copy.ai, that's what you're getting, but we're giving you some exclusive things in our platform. Our platform, again, in our advantages that we said, we have the things like the styles, the upload, the consciousness, or the primer. You can blend styles, and we have wholesale pricing, and we have a marketplace. This is going to be big. We're very, very excited about it. Groove.ai /backer. Would love to have you guys help us launch this, help us become backers on this project. Wow, we have double the people that we had at the beginning of the webinar. Wow. A lot of you stuck around for 2 hours and 20 minutes for me to go over everything that you see here. Now, I don't see a lot of questions. I'm going to see if the team is going to put some more questions in, but I do have 4 questions that I'm going to go with right now. So I'm going to zoom this up and put it right.
We also just started to get flooded with questions, Mike, so I'll be adding.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, how can there be, several hundred people on here and nobody has questions? You guys were listening intently and now you have questions. So please.
That's exactly
this
right.
Is the Q&A phase.
Tell Mike that the content was good because the question we kept getting was, will there be a replay?
Awesome. Guys, this was a very different style webinar, right? I'm giving you the history of AI. I'm giving you the hype around AI, why it's so important. I did some demos. I showed you some case studies. This wasn't your typical, this was more like a workshop getting you to fully understand, oh, I'm seeing what everybody's talking about. This is crazy. I didn't quite understand what was going on. And I'm telling you, ChatGPT is great, but it's a mess. It's a mess. I have a love-hate relationship with it. I can't wait to have this thing organize everything for us. So, question from Margaret. Can I use AI to translate from English to another language? Well, watch this. Watch this. I'm going to have some fun here. New chat. Translate this to Darth Raki. So yes, you can have it translate to any language. You can have it make up a language. Everything that I do, if you want to take a look at how I use ChatGPT or AI, let's see. This was some stuff I was doing. There was one where I asked it for what would you use to develop a SaaS platform, but I'm not seeing it here. But I basically said, you are a consultant, you're a marketing consultant, you're a social media consultant. So I'm going to precede all of those things in there for you. Let's do this. Let's do this. Watch this. What is something that we all know? Infusionsoft. Watch this. Write me an email to my customers promoting Infusion Keep by Infusionsoft, right? Let's see. That's called a prompt. ChatGPT Plus, come on, you're supposed to be faster than this. I want my money back. All right. So, dear customer, I hope this email finds you well. Who writes like that? As a valued customer of our company, I want to bring your attention to a powerful tool that can revolutionize the way you run your business. Keep by Infusionsoft. Keep by Infusionsoft is an all-in-one CRM, right? So now I can do 2 things. I can give it a prompt right now. Let's have some fun with it. Let's have some fun with it. Let's let it finish this boring email. And so while I'm doing that, I'm going to say, now rewrite it in the style of Dan Kennedy. I'm going to say Gary Benjamin. No, I'm going to say Clayton Makepeace. Use urgency and scarcity. Make it fun and witty and conversational, and use a, sorry, I'm just having fun here, guys, sarcastic tone. Throw in a few Borat jokes. I'm having fun, guys, just to show you how you can have a little bit of fun with these things. So this is what prompt engineering is about. Oh, let me stop it. I'm going to say use heavy direct response marketing. And use the problem, and we're going to have frameworks in our dropdown as well. Problem, agitate, solve framework. All right. Right. Anything else that I want to add? I could say use bullets, but we're just going to let it do its own thing. There we go. So this boring email that we had up here, I hope this email finds you well as a valued customer. Let's see what it says here. Check it out, right? This is very Frank Kern, right? Got a minute? Yeah, I didn't think so. You're running a business and you're always on the go. You don't have time for fluff or BS. So let me cut to the chase. Your business needs Keep by Infusionsoft. Why? Because Keep by Infusionsoft is an all-in-one solution that makes your life easier and your bank account fatter. It's the Swiss Army knife of business tools, but with way more than just a corkscrew and a toothpick. Guys, you see what prompt engineering does? What we're going to be able to put in our drop-downs for you, or pre-season the steak for you, par bake it. You see the difference? So yeah, if you think you can use ChatGPT, you can. You got to go learn prompt engineering, right? And I can now even take all of this and I can copy and paste it, put it in the other thing and say, now write it in my style, right? Which I'm going to do for my affiliates sometimes when I don't like this style. Look at the way this is writing this. Now I know what you're thinking. This is conversational copywriting, but I don't have the budget for Keep by Infusionsoft. It's too expensive. It is. Let me tell you something. You should buy Groove. No, think about all the time and money you're currently blah, 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 blah. So that is one example of prompt engineering. Okay. I think it's a great example. I don't know where the Borat stuff was, but I'm sure if I go in there somewhere, I'll find it very nice or something like that. So let's go back to the questions. I'm going to move this to the end so I can find it easier. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. We don't need that. We don't need this right now. We'll come back to that. Okay, next question. Which sites did you use to create your voice in the beginning of the webinar? You could go to the Wayback Machine and you could look up two different websites. I did butterflymarketing.com and I did the butterflymarketingmanuscript.com. I would strongly recommend that you do the same thing that I did. Now, keep in mind, the butterfly marketing was very long, so you might have to say, I'm going to give this to you in 3 parts and then analyze the style, right? But this was butterfly marketing. I didn't show you this one. Whoops, I got to do .com. And then we're going to do, why are you having a heart attack here? And we did the butterfly marketing manuscript. John Carlton, one of the best copywriters in the world and listed by ChatGPT as the 4th best copywriter of all time, said that he felt that the butterfly marketing manuscript was the best long form sales letter that he had seen from anybody in the industry. So just go to 2013, pick a date here, click right here, you'll get that one. And for butterfly marketing, where did David say I had to go the other day?
When was the last time we spent 3 months writing a sales letter, Mike?
Yeah, I know, right?
Right? It's truly a work of art.
Yeah, it took me months. Thank you. I'm very, very proud of that. It truly is a work of art, this sales letter. Look at the use of bold, the headlining here, results. You know, let's not focus on how many sales we made. This is conversational. What my former owner in the car business would say, ... Let's not focus on how many sales we made. I want to focus on how many sales we did not make. Well, let's think about it, right? So I write in a very conversational style. A lot of proof is used here, but man, I look at look at the time I put into bullets here and the check marks, right? great testimonial boxes, etc. This is a gorgeous website. I absolutely, love it. It is a little bit old. If we look at Butterfly Marketing, come on, Wayback Machine. Do I have to put HTTP?
You're missing a T, Mike. Marketing.
Marketing. Thank you, David. All right. Go to 2013. Grab this one right here. And I know that I was able to pull up one of these the other day. So let's try something going back to 2006. This is when I first launched it. Let's go a few months later in July. All right. Oh, this is a very different version. Yeah, I could tell. I played around with it a lot, but this is really good copy here as well. This is a lot of like pre-important. Look, I urge you not to be a side scroller. If I don't have your full attention, you may blah, blah, blah. So, and then here was the actual sales letter. Yeah, I went and changed this over time. I'm just going to go back here and find something that I did do a little bit later. Let's look at something. Let's look at 2011. And I know I had a completely different format and headlines there. But again, I was able to take this copy and paste. Okay, this is a much better headline. This is what's known as a what is his name? Joe Sugarman headline. 3 words at the beginning. It's what the town crier will yell, and then a headline. Overdose warning required. Consumer warning. Use of this product may have such explosive and instant results of cash surging into your merchant account, the result of which could lead to getting a phone call from your merchant account for unusual activity. Come on. I have a little bit of fun with headlines, but that's some good stuff. That's going to make me go, okay, great. And then I front loaded it because I started getting so many case studies with Butterfly Marketing that I put all the testimonials up front. Look at all these names of these kids: Jordan Hall, Joel Comm, Glenn Hopkins. These were all case studies. So I went with social proof right at the beginning. You're a third of the way down, and now it starts. Stop it already. We can't take it anymore. If you can't stand to hear one more line of crap anymore about making money with the internet, then buckle your seat. We're taking you for a ride. Old picture of me at Joel Christopher's event in 2005. And look at this gorgeous copy, guys. Look at this. It's absolutely gorgeous. This was the old days of copywriting. I'm fortunate enough to have come into a time when you had to have this skill and take copywriting courses and learn about the structure of a sales letter. But you can now take this or take something written by any copywriter and say, create a marketing style for this. And then also say, okay, watch this. Watch this. This is something that I didn't do. Ooh, I'm getting excited. Mic writing style 1. What is the outline structure used in this writing style, right? Like in a PowerPoint, I don't know what the first slide should be, right? I don't know if this is going to give me something. It may say, I don't understand your question, but let's see. I'm very curious. The writing style used in the previous examples is characterized by conversational persuasive tone. The writer speaks, etc., etc. In terms of structure, the writer opens with a hook. Now I could have said to put this, I'm going to actually do this, stop it. I'm going to say, I don't need to anything but the outline. Please give it to me in outline form. All right. So let's make it nice and simple. I guess it would have been nice to see it saying stuff, but we already know. So introduction, introduce the topic and the purpose of the text. Background, provide context and background information related to the topic. Sales figures. So I was very heavy with sales figures. Description of the product, testimonials. Affordability. Discuss the high cost of the product and the challenge of making it. This is this particular one, but it's creating an outline. So my personal success, a promotional offer, a call to action, conclusion. I wouldn't say this is anything groundbreaking. This didn't knock my socks off. It's not something that I could say would help me write copy, but I'm sure I could tweak this with better questions. Moving on to our next question. Marcus asked, oh, he just asked that. We just did that. So Chad asks, is AI generated content safe to use on your website? Will it hurt your ranking? There is a great video on this, and I am going to look it up and give it to Donna to get it into the chat. Using AI for your copy is not against Google's terms of service. They will not penalize you. They talk about AI. If they keep referring back to giving value to the reader, if people are bouncing off your YouTube videos or bouncing off of your websites, then Google is going to penalize you because you are not putting TLC into your copywriting or your articles. You need to use this as a tool to give you relieve blank page syndrome and to relieve writer's block. This is to give you an outline. As I said, I went later and I rewrote a lot of the different stuff. So I'm going to go into my history. I'm going to type in here AI and let me just type in AI SEO. Let's see what comes up. Let's see. Is Google banning AI content? I was hoping to see something with a red. Oh, here it is. Write an article that will rank #1 on Google. And I know I'm going to have to find it. I know I watched a video on this, and basically it was everything that I wanted to hear. It basically said that that Google is going to be using AI for its own business and for its own users, and it sees AI. First of all, Google is coming out with an AI product, right? So how can they not use AI? But what they are saying is that lack of attention to formatting, personality, et cetera, et cetera. It's kind of like if you just plagiarize everything and turned it into your school teacher as an essay, they're going to turn around and go like, you didn't put anything into this. You get a D-, right? So understand, Google is not banning AI. They have no problem with it. You might want to put some things into your prompts, which we're going to put in there, and we're going to say check for plagiarism. We're going to have built-in we're going to have a plagiarism checker itself that you'll be able to check your work against and change different things and say rewrite this to avoid plagiarism. But in terms of something looking like it's AI generated, nope. Google will have no problem as long as you write this thing in a nice outline form, add your own stuff, use nice bold, and you're not just spamming and copy and pasting text. Look information on that up on YouTube. I'm going to take a quick little sip here. Can we get a copy of your mind map? Let's do this. Let's do a little bit of this and a little bit of this. Duplicate. Ba-ba-bum, bum. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Da-da-da. Do, 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 do. All right. Let's do that. And let's see. I don't think there's anything here. I got to be careful what my competitors are going to see. I don't really think there's anything I have a problem with here. I'll leave the advantages. MVP phrases. I'll leave that. I'll leave this pricing. Yeah, this is the public pricing stuff here. Okay, and So I can leave that. The API stuff, I could leave. Tech stack, I don't think you need to know that. Yeah, let's see. Invite. Can view. How do you make it public? I know what I'll do. I will export. Export. Interesting. Mind map formats. MindMeister. Export it as a MindMeister file. Okay. I will do that. And I will also export it as a PDF. Oh, they don't have a PDF. Image file? Oh, PDF, that's the first one. Badoink. All right. Let's see what the PDF looks like. I need to upgrade to that to do that. Do I need to do that for all of these? Yep. All right, so you guys are getting a MindMeister file. They're pretty smart. They know that you guys have to create an account to get it. It's a free account. Let's go to my downloads. Let's see where it added that. We're going to move that to Dropbox. See if she could open it. All right, I'll just drag it to her while it's uploading to Dropbox. Donna, you'll let me know if that actually worked, if you can use that and import that into MindMeister. I'm trying to see if I can copy the Dropbox link. Yes, I just gave Donna a Dropbox link that all of you can have. That's a very good question there. I appreciate that. Might even put that underneath the order page, download the mind map. Next question. Not fully understanding the members need to have the other APIs. Does that mean we have to have accounts with the other apps for them to work inside of Groove.AI? Yes and no. We do have here in the platform here, did I close the MindMeister? Okay, we do have here in the pricing buy tokens from Groove. So I didn't go over this. This is something that we're going to be offering to users. If you say, yeah, I don't want to go get an API. Okay, we get it. It's easier. It's still more affordable than the other SaaS platforms. Other SaaS is 3x to 6x. Our wholesale rate will be 1.25. We'll have an auto re-up option, still pay as you go, no monthly fees, no paying for months you don't use, and can be used with third party. And so you will get a wholesale rate. Will mark it up 1.2x if you buy $100 worth of credits. $50 is 1.5, $25 will double it. Again, the other software platforms are 3 to 6. And $10, if you just want to buy 10 credits, it'll be 3 times, kind of like the price of Jasper, right? Free users are going to pay through the nose when the freemium comes out. All right. So yes, if you want to just have us connect the API, well, then you'll buy a pack from us and then you don't have to do all the other stuff. How difficult is it to get an API? You literally go to OpenAI.com or go to Google, right? Like you'll see right here, API, Google API right here. Come right here, you create a free account, get started for free with your Google account, put a credit card on file, get your API key. You want to do it with OpenAI, you click on API, you log in, or you create an account. It's free. You simply log in with your Google account, Bing, just like this, and then there'll be a little tab that says API. And so view API keys. I would come right here, create an API key and paste it into Groove. And you set up a credit card and then you'll get billed by OpenAI. So literally it will take you 6 seconds to do that to get a wholesale rate. That is entirely up to you. But yes, we will have our own API for people that are just like, I just want to do it easier. Donna says, I can't open this file, we'll figure it out. after the webinar. Okay, we will get it to you guys. We will get it and paste it into the Facebook group. Can I use PayPal? No, because of lifetime. Great question. That is correct.
Yeah, that answer no because of lifetime is me, just in case you had forgotten. PayPal let us know that we do not support lifetime.
If you must pay through PayPal, go to the support desk, right, Donna? And they can just send us a PayPal and we'll just put them on. Right?
Yeah.
We just, guys, PayPal knows. They check the thank you page text and they'll come after us. So they don't allow it. But if you send us the money at the help desk, just go to the help desk and we'll tell the team that, you know, you'll be able to pay. We'll create like a standard product that doesn't have any information on the preceding page or the thank you page, and you'll be fine. We'll get you a link. Please go over why lifetime Groove.cm members don't get Groove.ai for free. Well, Groove.ai is not Groove.cm. We have another company, as we just said, called FitClass. We have GroovePay, which is a separate thing. And Groove.cm said that it was creating a software platform to compete with the Wix's, the Squarespace, and all of those different things. This is a completely different LLC and a completely different company. And we are capitalists. We're going to come up with maybe never again or whatever the case is. But when we see an opportunity to go into a market that is not something that is related to Groove.cm, there is not an AI platform isn't something that belongs in an all-in-one platform. It is too confusing of an interface. This is a competitor that we've created to and we're in the business of making money and keeping GrooveDigital very, very healthy. This is a company that we want to build and we want to sell, and we can't just give things away for free. And just people that buy Groove.ai later in the future can't come up to us and say, hey, I paid for Groove.ai. How come you're not giving me Groove.cm for free? Well, they're two different companies, two different LLCs. How long is this backup program available for? This offer, as it stands right now, is expiring Sunday at midnight. So we're going to be getting the replays out for you. And again, please help us back this project, help us get it off the ground. We need your help, we need your feedback, and we want you to become a charter member of this new company, Groove.ai, a separate LLC under the GrooveDigital umbrella. How can we help with ideas or questions during the development? We're going to create a Facebook community. Backers will get an invite to a private Facebook. Looks like Donna was giving some feedback already in GoToWebinar and also seeding me with that. That's what she also said. Yes, we are going to immediately create a Facebook community for all backers, invite you to it. And this is going to be an AI community. If you were to look at look even right here, look, not even kidding. AI, rapid content, fast creation. We are literally blowing up everything about AI. This is going to be an AI community, Linda, and we can't wait to have you part of it. There'll be a separate Facebook group for it. It will be a free Facebook group open to the world eventually, but for right now, backers only, all right? We'll open it up later to the public as a community like we did with Groove, but for right now, to get feedback from you and for you to participate in the development, that'll happen in the Facebook group. David asks, I'm a backer. Just curious as to, congratulations, David. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you becoming a backer here today. In a few minutes, I'll go in and I'll click on the transactions and see and welcome some of the backers that we have already. Let's see. We have, holy smokes. We have to congratulate Charles Gibson, pay in full, backed it for us. Thank you, Charles. Ian Robertson backed it, pay in full. Jeffrey took the cash flow option. Way to go, Jeffrey. Probably what I would have done. Lou Smith, all in. Michael Young, thank you. Cheryl Holland, God bless you. Frederick Thompson, David Howerton, I think there's an R in there. Howerton, Linda Martin, as always a great Groove member on all of the live streams. Mark Morris, thank you, Mark, one of our mastermind members. Peter Morganero, one of the first people to talk at the beginning earlier today, backed this project. Alejandro Lemus Rico Suave has backed the project, and our wonderful friend Kevin Stride. I should slap you for backing this, Kevin. You know why. But thank you very much, you silly goose. We appreciate it. So, David, I guess that was you, David Howerton. You're asking, I'm a backer, and thank you. I'm just curious as to how the credits work and how much those are. Are we locked in at a certain rate? So, folks, if you want to look in at pricing, just go to OpenAI pricing. That's how that works. Now, we're giving you $100 worth of credit, meaning towards an API. So if this is the pricing of OpenAI, as you see right here, and you might use them for the image models, well, it's 20 cents an image, or 2 cents an image, all right, for the largest high def image. If you're using the best language model, it's 2 cents for 1,000 tokens, and it's 750 words for 1,000 tokens. So it's 1,000 tokens is 750 words. So that's 2 cents. So 100,000 words would be 100 times 2 cents would be $2 for 100,000 words. You see, Jasper is charging $82 a month when you pay annually for 100,000 words for something that will literally cost you $2. You move the decimal place over 2 points. Okay, so whatever rates are at the API that's using, and you'll see in the in the backer document, I think in the settings here, I think I had something that says, we're going to need to show the user an estimate of how much it's going to cost them to run this application. Like, this will cost you X credits, X tokens, or whatever the case may be, something like that. We'll have that built in so that you'll know when I run this entire thing, this is probably going to cost me $1.80, in tokens. But again, no monthly fees. So next question here, from many people: when will the first version of the backer be ready to use? Our goal, remember, this is software development, but we did reach it for Groove when we launched it. And let me talk to you about bugs in this platform. I don't want to say something stupid, but there won't be. There won't be any bugs. The user interface may be clunky and we got to go fix it, but if you look at the line of code, if I go to OpenAI and I go into their documentation, which is all written in Python, they give you everything. So if I want to look at their library, you literally see it says load API key, take the call, and give the response. Everything that we're doing is literally send this API, give this information to this model. The model is this is the prompt, this is the temperature and the tokens max, blah, 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 and then it outputs. Folks, I'm telling you, Jasper created a $1.5 billion company by creating a user interface that does nothing but send code to APIs. So it really can't be buggy. You wouldn't believe what it took to create GrooveCell and an affiliate program and reporting and coupon codes and dropping cookies and paying the affiliates and integrating Stripe. And that was GrooveCell. And we had to create a marketplace. And then GrooveMail, how difficult that is and was for us. And then GrooveMember and creating GrooveMember 2.0. Nope, this is literally build a user interface with front-end JavaScript using Tailwind. You want to see how easy it is, Tailwind right now? Tailwind gives you these things called Tailwind components. So our entire application is just going to be built with these pre-made components right here. So we've got sidebar layouts. If I click on this, it's a little slow. But you see this sidebar layouts. There's page headings. Everything that you need to build a UI is out of the box. Folks, I'm telling you, this is going to be very, very easy for us to build. We're going to just build it around a dashboard that looks just like this. We're not going to do a custom UI like we did in Figma for Groove. We're going to take this gorgeous little UI right here, and it, like I said, everything that you can imagine, description lists, stats, calendars, grids, tables, feeds, forms, everything. It has every, and it wraps in with Python with a style guide. We're literally going to be creating a user interface that says, call this, send this prompt over to here. So we believe, as we say right here, that phase 1 will be released somewhere around September 1st. Whoops, I'm in the wrong area there. September 1st, and then this will be 30 days later. Everything after that will be 30 days later. All right, so you're looking at the first early access sneak peek, September 1st, fully baked phase 1, early access by November 1st. So this, if all goes well, could be December. Then this would be the websites and funnels, might be January, right? This would be February. And by March, pretty much complete 1 year from now. But you're looking 5 to 6 months by the time you can start playing with this thing. And most of the stuff in phase 1 is everything that has to do with content, writing, blogs, emails, everything. We will also have our Chrome extension. And then right after that, phase 3 is going to be building the websites and exporting to Groove. So that's some exciting stuff. From Martin, how will this impact the development of Groove.cm? That is a great question. So David Lemon is not going to be on this project. We have a different product owner that already works for Groove. He's Debarshi, who worked on Groove Member. He's going to leave Groove Member, he's turning that back over to David. David is going to continue to run Groove.cm with its own silo of developers, and nothing is going to get in the way of Groove.cm development. Groove.ai development will be overseen by our CTO, acting CTO, Husni, and Debarshi as the product owner. We will need a total of 5 developers to create this, 2 at the beginning, 1 for the architecture, and 2 to create the user interface. From there, we're going to get a marketplace developer, an API developer, and then the architect will stay on to continue to build all the backend stuff, integrations and all that. Very, very simple project for us to build. But how does it impact the development of Groove.cm? It will enhance the development of Groove.cm. As we said, we believe this is going to raise between $1.2 and $2 million. To build this project will probably cost us less than $250,000. So we will put some into the coffers of Groove.ai. It will then launch at $497 a year. We will also make money in that project from the marketplace because we get 20% of apps that are sold in the marketplace. But we are going to use the money for backing this project and for GrooveDigital. This money goes to GrooveDigital, and we are going to put developers back on to Groove.cm to get us back to where we were with Groove.cm. So how will this impact the development of Groove.cm? It will enhance the development of Groove.cm because it will enhance the health and the cash flow and sustainability of GrooveDigital as a company. So this is a GrooveDigital project that is good for Groove.cm. There'll be no distractions, no developers are coming off of there, and David Lemon will have nothing to do but be on the board of board of development of Groove.ai because he's excited about it, but he even said, I'm too busy with Groove.cm, I don't have any resources, and Debarshi is leaving Groove Member to come on to this. David is taking back over Groove Member. So there you have it for that question. Will this software be integrated with Groove.cm? Yes. First and foremost, it's going to be integrated by creating websites and funnels that create all of the copy, the navigation, link everything, your title tags, your images, everything that you can export over with a prompt. Write me a webinar that I'm having this week. I want to use my brand colors, blah, 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 or boom, it'll create your webinar pages, boom, 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 import funnel into Groove, and then publish it. Also, we're going to have a Chrome extension, so anywhere you are in Groove, you're going to be able to type something like this, // write me a headline for this section. And you'll hit enter, and it'll write you a headline. And then you'll say, write me a bullet. You'll be able to say, write me a subject line in an email. Write me an email to this. Rewrite this email. And remember, you're logged in, so you'll have like a little pop-up window with like a drop-down, kind of like you see when we click on Grammarly here, right? So you're going to see all of your settings are here. You'll have your drop-down in the style of blah, 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 and then you will say use this project and then write a headline based on the project Groove.AI that you created over there. So it knows everything about it, or fit class. So it'll say, this is the homepage, write a headline, write bullet points, etc., just like that. You'll actually even be able to create blocks. I need a block for this section, create a block in Groove.AI that you could paste a block into Groove.cm. As far as a Chrome extension, you'll be able to write product descriptions in GrooveCart. You'll be able to write descriptions for things inside your membership site, copy for your websites, your bullets, your funnels, everything. So that's how it's going to be integrated with Groove.cm. Will there be an affiliate program? Yes. We're going to pay 40% on the affiliate program. It will launch in about 10 days. Then we're going to launch a JV site for Groove.AI /JV. We're going to get you all the information. Writing swipes is going to be very, very easy. And we are going to launch this somewhere around April. This is just off the top of our head here, somewhere around April 4th, maybe April 11th. And we're going to do a 2-week webinar launch for Groove.AI backer project. So you guys can promote it and make money helping us back it. So you buy it now, get 2 people to help back it, and it sort of offsets your cost. But yeah, thank you very much, Craig, for wanting to know if there'll be an affiliate program for both the backer project and for the product when it's done. How much content will I be able to create with it? Unlimited. All right, and you will, again, you will have wholesale rates for OpenAI and Google AI, which is so ridiculous, guys, so ridiculous. And you can create unlimited content. You'll always be able to know what your current bill is with those companies. You could put max caps into our app, like, warn me when I've spent more than $25 in a month or whatever that case. But you'll have unlimited ability. You'll never be able to do that with Copy Pro, with Copy.ai and Jasper. Never. You'll never be able to do that. You can see after 100,000, they're telling you enterprise. They're not even publishing the $4.99 price anymore. Linda, how do we become proficient in prompt engineering? Great question, Linda. You want to follow this lady on YouTube. Her name, what is she, the Prompt Dahlia? So let's go into my history and type in prompt. There's a really good prompting, and then I would do some searches in YouTube on how to do good prompt engineering for ChatGPT. Start with that and watch 4 videos, and then it's just going to show up in your feed, 4 or 5 videos recommended every single day. So let's just type in prompt, and there's a lady that her name is something like did I ever favorite any of her videos? You can see I watch a lot of videos on AI.
Mike, is it Prompt Muse?
Prompt Muse, yeah. I had Prompt Dahlia in my head. That's her. How did you know, David?
I watch her since the beginning. Yeah, she's pretty good.
So this lady here, Prompt Muse, she spends a lot of time on images, but she's very, very good. But you'll want to do a search for how to write better with prompts with ChatGPT. Just do a search like that. I think I spelled prompts, P-R-O-M. and you're going to get all of these different things. So here, this one's really good. ChatGPT guide, 10x your results with better prompts. This guy actually has a guide that he puts in his description that you could download a free ebook. So
Improve your health. Surprisingly helpful.
this guy's really good. Follow him, the AI Advantage. You also want to follow Matt Vid Pro AI. So that's this guy, Matt vidpro.ai. He's really good with AI content. Okay, I watch him every single day for news, updates, everything. Another one that you want to follow is a guy named Matt Wolf, M-A-T-T, Wolf with an E. So far we've got Prompt Muse, the AI Advantage. I watch him. There's Matt Vid Pro AI. There's Matt Wolf, who makes really cool videos. We're going to try to get him on a live stream next week. Donna, I've got some other information I'm going to announce right here. I'm going to show you in my inbox here.
I just love it when you say I have information I'm going to announce right here when we're on a live stream.
Yeah, because I didn't want to really talk too much about our live stream stuff we're doing next week. But now that you guys are 3 hours into this webinar, I could let you know that we're doing a Groovathon on AI next week for an entire month. So let me just, yeah, entire week, 5 days, yeah. So let me type in here in my sent inbox. I'm going to pull this over. Okay, so there's a company. The name of the company is called Movio. Look at this, Movio.io, Movio.la. So this company does incredible AI avatars. They have all of these avatars right here, and you can upload a voice or use their AI generated voice. But I'm using my voice from Descript or from 11 Labs, like I just showed you before, right? And so you can use one of these pre-made things, but look at this, watch this. Get a free custom avatar light. They have two different ways that they do avatars. One in front of a green screen. So let me show you here how Matt Vid Pro cloned himself. So you're gonna
I've actually
hear
got
it.
a goal in mind. I want to show you viewers at home just how powerful AI has become in a short period of time, only about 1 to 2 years. Do you think that AI could have a positive impact on social media?
This is AI.
I also like Twitter and Instagram, although I often find that they think that social media could be a great platform for AI to help create new and interesting content like videos and pictures. I really believe that social media and AI can work together to improve each other.
Is that the most realistic avatar you've ever seen? Now they charge $1,000 for that, and they're going to be giving me a free avatar. But for free, they will give you a free avatar that looks like this. So you basically record yourself, like you see this lady here, and she's actually inside of the site, and you do it in a natural background. So I sent them a video yesterday, and I had to follow all these instructions. And as I was sending them the video, Donna, I asked them this. And boy, did we go back and forth. This is what they said to put in the subject line. Now I said, Rush requested CY. Rush requested, look at the balls on me here. Please make sure your CEO sees this. Thanks. Let me see if I can get rid of the highlighting, whatever. Hi, Movio. Here's my requirement. So I sent a video. Here's my authorization saying I'm authorized. Why Rush is requested to move forward. Hi, my name is Mike Filsame. I'm doing a live stream on Monday, and I will need a video done with my avatar by Saturday to work and edit the video, because they say it's going to take about 10 days. And I'm saying, can you get it for me in 3? Starting on the 27th, I'll be hosting a live stream with AI to 1,000 people to show off your software and URL with no affiliate link. I'll be doing this live stream 5 days in a row called a Groovathon. I'm the CEO of Groove. We have this many members, so please, can you rush this? It'll be beneficial for both of us. Also, Would you comp the pro avatar to me? I can show the software even better during the live stream. We'll even ask to have your CEO on one of the 5 days for your company for 45 minutes. If you Google Mike Filsaime, you'll see I'm a major influencer. So I've flexed a little bit, right? So they kind of kicked me down a little bit. They said, hey, Mike, we greatly appreciate your support for Movio. We'll create the avatar. I provided a partnership, but however, they observed that your YouTube channel has not been used in a very long time. Then could you tell us, please, your precise live stream channel, blah, 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 blah. So they were like, we're not impressed. And so I said, well, I'll provide a partnership group with the summit, etc. That's the reason why you see nothing on there is I don't use my personal, I use the official Groove.cm. We have 30,000 subscribers and nearly 5 million views. The live stream's not up yet, but you can see a past live stream we did on AI. You can see we have 150,000 people in our group. And here you can see in this video, I was just doing a live stream on how to use Descript. So you can see I would do the same thing for you. So they got back and they said, yes, with your live broadcast, we have witnessed this combination of AI and business, specifically ChatGPT. We also thought your live stream was excellent. We can offer you a pro account in exchange for your cooperation. But in addition to demonstrating the software, could you blah, 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 blah. And I said, great, I'm about to get on a webinar. You can literally see this was 4 hours ago. I'll respond when I get off. And yes, I'll give you access to the video of the live stream so that you could use it in your marketing. So Donna, these people that own this company are going to be on our live stream and talking to us about, you know, this company. And this is something that we're not going to be doing. We're not creating AI avatars. It's not one of the things that we're promising. But with the audio and using our stuff, it's going to be great with this. And so this right now, I could literally upload a video and it will.
Welcome to the new era of video creation with Movio. Simply type your.
So you can kind of get the gist. So I recorded a video right in front of my camera right here. I'll actually show it to you what it looked like. And you just have to talk gibberish. Like you say, in a house was a refrigerator. In the refrigerator was a sandwich. In the sandwich, like, because they're not using your voice. So I think it was something like this. So my avatar is going to look just like this. They wanted me to pause for 3 seconds at the beginning. Hi, my name is Mike Filsaime, and I was born in October. So I just spoke for exactly 2 minutes like they requested, and I've created an avatar for myself that I'm able to use with different voices. But I want the one in a green screen, and that one costs more money, so they're going to give me that one for free. But anyway, with all that said, yeah, this is how you can create a custom avatar. And they have all of these pre-made avatars that you can use, but why not create your own custom one like I just showed you the way that MattVid Pro did. So there's Matt Wolf with an E. You want to get him. He's at MRE, Mr. eFlow, which is Wolf spelled backwards, but just look up Matt Wolf. There's Prompt Muse, there's MattVid Pro, there's the AI Advantage. And once you start watching their videos, Google's just going to start giving you a lot of different stuff. But anything that you want, like I just said on prompting, just do a Google search and you'll find it. All right, let's get back to, and that company is called Movio, okay? Oh, here's another resource for you guys. Go to futuretools.io, futuretools.io. This is owned by Matt Wolf. He's gonna be on our live stream next week. This, if you wanna find something, anything, text to speech, here you go. Here are these different tools that do it. If you want something on creating an avatar, well, here you go. There's different avatar companies. And I'm sure the one that we were just talking about is here. Chat, copywriting, finance, anything you need to know. There's another competitor to futuretools.io, and it's called Futurepedia. And the site looks almost identical, futurepedia.io. So if you're interested in learning about different AI companies, you can here. But what I'm telling you is what we're looking to do is take all of these people that are trying to sell their stuff here and make their sites. We're gonna try to get all of them to create apps for Groove.AI, all right? So that's what we're doing with Groove.AI. Let's see, I don't think there were any more questions unless any more were asked. In the meantime, let's just remind you again to become a backer. You go to Groove.AI Groove.AI/backer and become a backer. We're going to be wrapping up in 5 minutes, guys. So this webinar is going to come to an end. So you want to get in now so that you can guarantee this pricing and back lifetime members or paid customer, any paid customer of Groove will be getting $100 in AI credit. So that means they can use our API for the first 100 before they even have to put an API in. And let me tell you guys, you're talking, close to millions of words that you're going to be able to use with that bonus. So get in now. You'll pay once for life. We're creating something that you're going to have a professional marketing tool that will 10x your productivity and increase your conversions on everything 50%. And many of those things are going to be compounded because you're 10xing your productivity. So just adding, even if you didn't increase your conversions, you're just 10xing your productivity. You're seeing how we're using it for our webinar landing pages, our bullets, our emails, our hooks, images, building copy for our websites, order pages, rewriting emails. It'll write our affiliate emails. This will have things besides just a price discount on wholesale pricing on APIs. We are doing the primer model so that you're going to be able to, they're charging enterprise prices for that. You're going to be able to upload the consciousness of any project. So at any time you want to recall a project, but you'll be able to do that by writing about it, pasting about it, putting a website URL in, an RSS feed, uploading a video content about it, or dropping a YouTube URL and creating a research project around it. And then saying, I want this project only to use the research, or 80% of this research and 20% from your millions of parameters model. But all of that stuff, drop downs in tone, all that stuff, really excited about getting this into your hands. So sign up for today, $497 today. You'll pay another $497 in 30 days. As we say, you'll never make another payment to us or anyone else again to use most of the tools that you'll be using for your AI. Are we going to create something like Runway ML? No. That's a video editing company like Final Cut. We're not building video editing, but we're doing text to video, but they do some pretty cool stuff. But all the content stuff, all the image stuff, all of the code stuff, and text to video, voice to text, text to voice, cloning your voice, that's the type of stuff you'll expect with us. Groove.AI/backer. And it looks like I closed that Google Doc. No, I didn't. I have that right here. So we're going to click right here, see if we have any more. Do you need a Groove.cm user to use Groove.ai? No, they're separate platforms and they will not connect. Groove.ai is going to work like, if you look at the settings here, we are going to have teams, and your main account is going to be linked to your Google email. You're going to log in with like a Google Mail. We'll have other ways as well, but most people are going to choose that. You can be invited to anyone else's account with that same email. You can toggle from your main account to your workspace to any other workspace. Very similar, like here, other users can see all workspaces they are part of in a dropdown. So they're going to see their main workspace and other workspaces, just like in Notion, Slack, and Discord. So Donna, I'm sure that makes you very, very happy. You're going to have one account to use for all, and you're going to see your workspace. But if you've been invited to work with somebody else's workspace, so it's going to be great for teams. Absolutely great for teams. All right, and there'll be permissions, what somebody can do and what they can't do. All right, so that, guys, that again, you're going to be going to Groove.ai/backer to get started for just $497 today. Next month, you'll pay it again, and then you'll never make another payment to us or anyone else again to run all of the content, copywriting. We're going to write stuff in the style of Gary Halbert, Dan Kennedy, Mike Filsame, Ryan Dice. We're going to have like 20, 30 top copywriters, Frank Kern, and you're going to be able to blend styles. You're going to be able to create your own style to use over and over again. If you're on here and you're one of the 990 people I still see here, we had 250 before. And let's see, before we had Charles Gibson. We're going to see if anybody else back since Charles. Let's see who's gotten in, because we're getting ready to go right now. Are you kidding me? Yeah, we got Scott. Let's actually show it here. We got Scott Buyer, I would say Buyer.
I
Yeah,
would say
Scott
Buyer too. I
Buyer.
love that as a last
Yeah,
name.
that's a great name, Scott Buyer, and he is a backer. Scott, we're going to change your name to Scott Backer. Greg Watson became a lifetime backer of Groove Today. David McCoy became a backer of Groove Today, and Rosalinda Bird. Thank you. We love you all. You are part of the exclusive club of Groove.AI. And by the way, let's talk about Groove.AI. What a great name. They wanted $24,000 for it. Groove doesn't have that money right now to be budgeting. Being quite frank with you folks, we got to get some of your affiliates paid. We're focusing on our development. We're pitching every penny. I reached out to them and I did a Columbo and I said, hey, we'll offer you 20,000. They said, okay. And I said, oh, I forgot to mention, we'd like to pay it off over 2 years at $833 a month. They said, okay. They gave us a domain. We got Groove.AI. It's arguably a better domain than Groove.cm because it's one of these technology. AI is one of the hottest tech. We're seeing billion-dollar companies. So we're Groove.AI. Yes, we don't have the word like copy and writer in it, but does Jasper even mean anything? Groove is going to be a marketplace. It's going to explode. Look, ChatGPT, Stable Diffusion, none of these things have the word AI in them. So I think Groove.ai right there is just fantastic. So Rosalina was the last one there. So let's see if anybody else was checking out. I doubt it at that time. No. And so last questions that we see in here. Will the backup program include video training on how to use it? Yes. And look, David Lemon, Donna, all my partners know I wouldn't shut up about this. On the cruise, AI was the hottest thing on the market is cruise. The hottest thing. Everybody was talking about it. I was like, wait till I do my presentation. Wait till I do my presentation on Saturday, the day before we got in. I had to do a 30-minute presentation. I told them that we were going to be releasing Groove.ai. I went through the history of AI, and most of these people had no idea what you could do with AI. I couldn't leave the room for 2 hours. I was completely swamped. It became the topic of discussion for the rest of the day. I had to sit, Donna will remember, I couldn't sit with Michelle for dinner. I had to invite 20 people to the back of the dining room so we could talk AI. People are getting this. They're getting this. They're seeing how this is going to help them. Look, we could create Groove, make it easy for you to set up your products and everything, but let's face it, at the end of the day, what we really need in our business, me included, that slows everything down, is creatives, creative ads, creative headlines. Gosh, when I get into a page in Groove.ai, like here, right here, watch this. When I get here, and I click on the settings, and I see that I've got to enter all of this information. Come on. Don't you just like, oh, what goes here, what goes here, what goes here, what goes here? Now I can just ask AI to give me better keywords, like what is a better page title, what is a better meta description? All of that stuff just gets easier. It just makes life fun. I wake up every single day. Carl Galletti, our copywriter, Donna will tell you, you can't peel me away from the creatives. I'm saying, no, I'll get it. I'll do this. I'm Skyping Carl every single day. I'm saying, hey, look at this. We're geeking out over AI. Our company has something called AI, Rapid Fast Content and Corrections. I think that's supposed to be creations, honestly. And you're just seeing, we're sharing everything that we know. And we're going to be sharing that with you guys as a community as well. And I think that was the last question. Will there be an additional cost for team members? I'm going to go out on a limb right here and say for backers, we'll get unlimited team members, and we will give you you'll be allowed access to unlimited workspaces with others. All right, we're going to give you we're going to give you things like unlimited projects, unlimited categories, unlimited everything with the backer. So that's it. Simply go to Groove.AI /backer, lowercase backer. And that will take you to the place where you can become a backer today. And you could say, I was there on day one. I got in. Sorry, you guys. You're paying $4.97 a year. You have, and you don't get the unlimited teams. You don't get the unlimited this. You don't get the unlimited that. So that's it. Groove.AI /backer. We're going to have this out to you in 4 or 5 months, and it's just going to be a blast. It's going to be work well with Groove.cm. It's going to invigorate cash flow into GrooveDigital. As you can see already, this is going to be a multi-million-dollar venture for us, which is going to help us put more development back into Groove.cm. So happy to have you guys as backers. We've got a couple of more people that we've got to congratulate. You got to get your credit card in and hit that button before we go. Cynthia Guy just got in with the pay in full, save yourself $100. And Summer Panel, I like that name too, Donna. Summer Panel got in. It could be Panel, but Panel it looks like to me, got in as well. So I'm sorry if we didn't get your name in. I'll do one last refresh in 30 seconds before we get off. I think that is every single question that we have. Some of you are fiddling with your credit card right now. We have a few of you that hit us up in the help desk. I was told we have 5 tickets at the help desk for people that want to pay with PayPal as well. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I think that is 20 backers. You know, from those of you that were on here, about 10% of you that showed up today backed it. Yes, there will be a replay. We're going to build that replay up. You'll get an email about it later tonight. It'll be at groove.ai /replay, or it might just be at groove.ai itself. We're not sure yet. But likely at definitely at groove.ai /replay. You will find that later today. And this offer is guaranteed, guys, only until Sunday at midnight. That's it. So the replay will give you there. We're going to get that mind map to you. I got to find out, you know, what happened, why it didn't create, you know, why I couldn't share that, which is very odd. You know, I'm literally clicking export MindMeister. This is the public one. Export it to
Can
my
you choose
computer.
common file formats and just export it as a PDF?
No, they want me to upgrade, and I'll have to do that later. Yeah, every time I do that, they're telling me, oops, that was the same one. But if I click on PDF, you'll see PDF upgrade.
Got it. Okay.
Download sample. Yeah.
We'll figure it out, guys, even if I have to take screenshots. I have to log, I might be able to import it into MindMeister. So that's what I'm going to see if I can open up my MindMeister account and then import it, if that will work.
Oh, what did you try?
So it won't open, but I can't figure out how to import it. So I just need, I've got too much going on right now. That's all.
Oh, I got you. So let's see if we get everybody the link.
If it works when I import it, I'll let everyone know and tell you how to do it.
Here you go.
Oh, there it is.
Import, just like this. So I'm going to drop the file right in there right now and see what happens. I'm going to open up my Finder. Yeah. So I think I put it in Dropbox for unlimited, maybe later, and it'll still, you've run out of mind map. Okay, I've run out of mind maps. So, but it will, if you don't have 3 mind maps, it'll upload for you. If not, you'll have to upgrade like I'm about to. I'm out of mind maps, so they give me 3. They're kind of like Groove. You see how they get you. Yep. Three domains, and then you pay. All right, so that is it. We're gonna do a quick little refresh right here and see if anybody got in after summer. Yeah, Alan Jacques is saying, yes, I got in, I'm a backer, and Mike, you said my name. So to the 20 plus of you original first, you can.
Mike, I just wanted to say one thing. There are so many people that are asking about PayPal, I'm going to turn it on for a few minutes, and I'm just going to risk PayPal getting mad at us.
Let's do it live. Let's do it
Yeah,
live right
that's what I wanted
now.
to say. Like, while we're doing it, because I'm going to shut it back off. So
Yeah, all right. I'm
I'm
gonna
going
go
in
right.
right now. I
Oh,
got
you're
it.
doing it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
got it. So I'll let you know when it's done, and you'll be able to refresh the page, guys, and buy via PayPal. But shh, don't let them know, because I don't want to get my hand slapped by them.
You know what, Donna? There's very little at the website. I think that, I mean, yeah. Look, who knows? Look, you know when they get pissed off when we do $300,000, right?
Right.
But to sneak in, 10 people, 5 or 10 people. So do me a favor, everybody. Put a 1 in the chat if you're interested in getting access with PayPal for me in the questions section. I'm curious here. Just drop a 1 in the chat.
If you refresh the backer page, you can now purchase with PayPal.
Yeah. All right, so let's try that. Groove.AI/backer. Right here, we're going to see a little tab that says PayPal. Right there. You can now pay with PayPal, guys. And if you take the Groove.AI lifetime backer for $8.97, when you get to PayPal, if you are, whoops. Do you get that error, Donna?
Oh, I wasn't watching your screen. What was there?
You need
I'm
to
getting an
fill out
error.
the details, Mike, probably.
Oh, that's why?
That'll
Okay.
be it.
All right, yeah. So guys, you can use PayPal credit. So if you want to, if you live in the US and you have credit that PayPal deems worthy, you can click on PayPal credit. And when you get to PayPal, you'll see pay with PayPal funds, change the drop down where it says PayPal credit. And then it'll ask you for your social security number. Instantly, they'll approve you for 3,000, 5,000, 10,000. You don't have to use it. And then you could get access now and you pay 0 payments and 0 interest for 6 months. And we'll have the software out before you even make a payment. So PayPal credit is now available to you. So Diane, look at this. You guys can't see this when I pull this here, but I'm going to say your name. Diana says, if we leave it up for an hour, she will do it. Oscar Tujulo will do it. Peter McCabe will do it. Gabriel Mateshi will do it. Miguel Espinal will do it. When will the Facebook group be available? Before the middle of next week. Kelly Humans will pay with PayPal. Michael Ryman, Lynn Aker Kasim will pay for it. Rosalina Bird, Charles Sisk, Andres Tondoreski, Lenore Frugerman, Ronald Harbin is already giving our meal. He says, I want to do it. I want to do it. I would do it after that. Stephanie Pratt will do it if we turn on PayPal. All right, guys, we're going to turn PayPal on for 1 hour so that we don't risk our merchant account because they don't like this word right here, lifetime. That is what gets, we've had problems with PayPal before for using that word lifetime. So maybe we'll change the copy on the page for an hour that says you own it, right? And we won't get in trouble. Let me do that real quick. Look at this, group pages. So we're going to go back and change this a little bit later. But right now, I'm just going to put you own it. All right. And I'm going to leave this little lifetime right there. I'm just going to put it here to get us out of trouble. We'll fix it later. You own it deal. All right. Lifetime says it a few more times, but hopefully that's enough to not trigger those folks over there. And now if we go back to Groove.AI, the PayPal option for those of you, how about forever, you're saying instead of lifetime, right? We go to Groove.AI/backer, and we will turn the PayPal option on for you for 1 hour. There it is, you own it. And you can now use the PayPal option. And so another 20 of you said that you'd be interested with the PayPal option, which means we have, wow, Douglas Peck just purchased, Katie England just purchased, Gabriel Machete just purchased, Greg Albee just purchased, and the last 4 of you purchased with Gateway. Where does it say the gateway? PayPal. Gabriel paid with PayPal. Katie England paid with PayPal as well. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, guys. So yeah, you can now go to Groove.AI/backer. For the next hour, we'll take PayPal for you. And by doing that, you will be able to get in with PayPal credit or with PayPal. All right, everybody. Donna, I think that's good. That is a marathon 3.5-hour webinar. This is exciting stuff. I know it's going to look crazy in the replay. People are going to be like, what a 3.5-hour webinar. But, you know, maybe we'll break the video up into the software, the offer, the Q&A. But first, we'll just get the full replay up and running. Well, that is absolutely fantastic. Okay, everybody. That is it. Donna, anything? David, before we bounce out?
I am good. Looks like if we missed any of your questions in the chat, please reach out to our support team at support@GrooveDigital.com. I think we got you all, but it's been a very, very busy webinar and a really active chat. So please don't take it personally if we missed one of your questions.
Thank you very much, everybody. I put the camera on to give you the goodbye, to let you know that I am not AI. I want to thank you for attending the webinar today. Folks, I can announce it now. We're going to be doing a live stream next week, Monday through Friday, Eastern time, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. every single day. And we are going to be having an AI workshop. We're going to prep you on the expensive tools on how you'll be able to use it on Groove.AI. But we're going to be talking prompting, imaging, having special guests on, how to write copy for your website, how to train it for your own particular writing style, how to train it on other people's writing styles. So all of this stuff we're going to be doing starting Monday when this offer expires. So you got to make sure that you get in. You got an hour to get in with PayPal right now at Groove.AI/backer. Then we got to shut that off. And the replay will come out later tonight, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, midnight. The offer, as you know it here, is no longer guaranteed. It will be going away. Then we're going to be relaunching at a higher price / less value in April, where you will have an opportunity to help promote this with us at 40%. So that's it. This is real life Mike Filsaime out for Groove Digital, Groove.cm, GroovePay, and Groove.ai, and soon FitClass.com. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.